All right. Hey, so welcome to the broadcast, everybody. I know you're probably just getting the notification to log in now, so I'll give everyone a couple of minutes. But yeah, this is it. We've made it. This is the state championship. The Bulldogs are here. So, real quick, just some intros. You probably know me by now. I'm Coach Ronnie. I am the on-site IT professional for the British International School of Houston. But in my spare time, I watch kids play video games. So it's I coach a little bit, but for the most part, I just supervise, and they do all the hard work. So I'm in the room with our League of Legends Bulldogs today. They're furiously getting ready for this match that begins in about 12 minutes. But I'm not alone today. I'm actually joined by a good friend of mine from Georgia, another fellow coach,
Hello, hello.
Coach Coop. Yeah, welcome in, man.
Hey, happy to be there. It's super exciting. I'm glad that I'm free and able to do this. I've known your team for quite a while, about a year now. From a happy silver lining to the pandemic stay from home. Our teams were scrim partners for many months, and so happy to be here to see what's next in store for y'all and just taps in Texas in general. So super excited. Always like to watch some League of Legends and more importantly, get super hyped about the flashing lights.
Yeah, man, we're excited. Yeah, speaking of flashing lights, so Coop was nice enough to set a little some media up for us today. Just gonna preview that now. We'll throw it up again before the match begins, but check out this sweet graphic action that he gave us. This is pretty cool. Bam, championship coming to you live.
Yeah, it's all about the flashing lights. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that's my favorite part. And not to be outdone,
so
this was also your handiwork. This little logo here, I'm showing him the old one that you set up for us last year. It's super cool, man. You had the little bulldog reveal.
the bulldog.
Uh
Yeah,
huh. Love that. I use that every time.
yeah, fun stuff. I mean, it's all part of the fun, making
Yeah.
sure that teams feel good, look good.
Right.
The stream is very important to being seen and getting these kids the publicity they deserve. Because I'll tell you one thing, I, I've played League of Legends, but I can't play it like these kids can play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
So
Yeah. Absolutely. It's really exciting to see when they land one of those really big like team fight combos or something crazy happens and you just like you're left kind of speechless for a minute. You're like, well, how do I describe what I just saw? That's why I
right,
love League of Legends.
yeah, it is a fun. It's fun. It's a good time, and I'm sure we're going to see some good stuff today too. We are. I mean, if you think about it, this is the top tier play in Texas, right? Like this is it. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah. So we're
there's
we're basically, yeah. Actually, if we take a look, I've got these standings pulled up here. So here, actually, I can share this with you too.
I
This
mean,
is
we're looking at the best. This is all
man.
the marbles. These are the best teams.
Yeah. So essentially, we started the playoffs. Round one was May 13th, right? About a week ago, and we're number one seed coming in. Won that match, right? We faced off against the Pioneers. They're from Lutheran South Academy, also here in Houston. But yeah, these were the top eight teams in Texas for private schools, right? So we made our way through this top side of the bracket, and the Prince of Peace, they were the third ranked team. They won every matchup that they had too, and now here we are in the finals on May 20th. So it should be pretty epic. Uh, Definitely some high level play today.
Yeah. Do you know about the ranks that we're looking at?
Uh,
Cheeseburger. I'm an intern. Don't
yeah,
give away your
someone's in
secrets
it.
in the chat. Come on, man.
one of the other
People want
kids,
to know.
one of the other kids, I guess, got up and used his keyboard. He's like, "Wait, why did you type that?" Oh, that's so funny. Okay,
That's hilarious.
yeah, these guys have really come together as like a cohesive team, and it's fun to see them kind of like have a good time and play a little loose today. That's what I'm looking for. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's see. We got about 8 minutes before it's game time. So we covered a few basics like our standings and stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and also talk about a few kind of essentials, right, as far as League of Legends is concerned, right? If you've never played a game of League of Legends before, what are you about to watch, right?
This will
So
be good for me as I co-cast. I'm about to take some notes from Ronnie.
yeah,
All right, what do I need
yeah,
to know before we get into this nonsense?
yeah, right. Yeah, so there's probably no definitive list of bullet points for League of Legends. It's such a complex game. You're talking about a roster of over 155 champions to choose from, and each team is going to get 5 of those champions on their team. They're also going to take some time banning 5 champions from either team. So in total, out of that roster of 155, you're going to see 10 champions, 5 on each side. So the possibilities are endless for all those different kind of things to layer on top of each other, right? Some abilities work in tandem with others. Some of them are really more designed for, kind of like soloing opponents. So everyone's going to have a different kind of priority, but seeing those things all kind of get layered and come together all at once, that's essentially what the difference between teams that lose games and win games is when you get to that team fight stage, who can kind of put it all together. So
Yeah.
a lot of what I'm
One
looking
of the
for. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say on that note, one of the ways to kind of relate it to something people may recognize is it is a 5-on-5. So if you think about basketball, right?
Good
Like
one.
we're breaking down a basketball court. There's an objective: get the ball in the hoop. Okay, we understand that. But you also have the players on the court that have specific roles, and they generally quote stay in those lanes for most of the game.
Right.
I know that when you first look at a League of Legends match, it's a little daunting because it's so wild. But if you start to realize that there's 5 players that each have 5 specific roles, they'll move around and they'll mix things up. But for the most part, they have a anticipated plan of attack or expectation for the game, and that's what these players are going to be doing. So it's always a fun number to throw out, that 150 plus champ. Like, what are you talking about? And then you kind of see band pick, and you're like, whoa, there's a lot going on here. Um, but even when you break it down even more, you're really talking about how if I'm a center in basketball, I'm picking the best strategy for me, and that's the champion I pick.
Right.
And so when you go through that ban phase, the other team is basically saying, I don't want my opponent to play with this strategy. And so they'll do that by taking some of those champions out of the pool and forcing you into to make a very different decision. And it's not like they get 30 minutes to decide this; they get like 30 seconds.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of League of Legends is micro movements and 1 or 2 second differences between winning and losing, and an entire team fight, right, that could decide the whole game. It's a 40-minute game, and the whole game is decided by a fight that took maybe 30-20 seconds. Right, it's all over before
Yeah,
you know it. Yeah,
all because of it could come down to a bad positioning, or you're a little bit too late to that event. And I'm sure we'll see some of that today. These games they run 20, they run 40 minutes, and there's a lot of interaction that happens. um, but then there's a lot of this, like, what looks like downtime, right? Like,
yeah,
oh, what are they doing? They're just standing around,
it's walking
but
around. Yeah,
there's walking around. And but it turns out those decisions are super critical also. We'll probably watch your jungler and the opponent's jungler just take a nice little walk around the park a couple times, and it doesn't look like they're doing a whole lot. But then they'll pop in for some critical moments to help their team, and even those little movements of going from place A to B to C, doing that in the most efficient way turns the tide of games. It's pretty fascinating once you start to realize the decision making that these kids are making,
yeah,
and the 2 seconds and 2 minutes out that they're planning for.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, hang on just a sec. These guys are pulling me. What's up, man? Oh yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch, and of course, throw some stuff in the chat if you are a little curious about what's happening, or you're not sure about some of the language that's used. Ronnie can help answer some of those questions.
Yeah,
He's a little bit more versed than I am in a lot of this stuff, but definitely there to help as well with overlooking some of the strategies and kind of the higher level stuff of what's going on in these
absolutely.
games. So the chat is open if you are confused.
Yeah, chime in, right? Ask some questions if you're unsure. If you're a parent watching and you've never tuned into a Twitch stream before, let us know it's your first time. We're excited to have you. Or let us know you know have no idea what you're looking at. We'll try to describe it. You know, I love it. Yeah, so we're just about T minus 2 minutes out from our pick and ban phase. Just gonna put you guys on a little brief hold, right? So I'm gonna put a little screensaver up, and we're gonna be right back. I promise.
I'm not talking, obviously. I am now. So if you can hear me, hey everybody. Both of these teams have been really looking forward to this, and they've played the entire season to get to this point. Um, and so to be
We're
able to
back.
watch that happen is going to be super exciting.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hang on.
And
Analyst desk. There we go. Okay.
oh, here we go.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
Am I
guys,
live? Can they hear me? Am I just like
yeah.
chatting to myself?
No, no, they
Okay,
can hear you. You're good.
woohoo, woohoo.
Yeah, yeah. People are listening.
Wasn't sure. Wasn't sure. I was like, you never know. So I'm just like
Yeah.
chatting around, talking about the league, talking about Cannon in the chat.
Yeah.
Um,
I love it.
but yeah, I got my
How's it going, Connor?
got my screens up, ready to roll.
All right, we're gonna get. Oh yeah, let me get your username stuff so I can make sure that I think I've got you on my friends list. Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, you're on. Okay, so I'll send you an invite whenever they bring me in. Oh
Sounds good.
wait, invite me. They're all in the
Don't
room. I'm
forget to
like,
invite us.
guys, wait. Don't.
Don't forget. Wait for us.
I need an invite.
We need to know what skins you're playing. What's vital?
Exactly.
Most important part of the game.
There we go. Hang on, I'm gonna send you into. Boom. Did that work? Did you get that? Hang on.
Lobby is full. Oh
Hey Tim, jump back down real quick into spectate. Okay, try again. Okay, perfect. All
man,
right,
already
now,
on.
now you're good. All right, cool, cool, cool.
Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, all right. We're about to get into this, guys. Oh, yeah, look how intimidating. They're all using the same uh, picture for their
Oh,
profiles. Ooh, very intimidating.
brutal.
They're very
See,
coordinated.
the mind games have already begun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're like, hey, is Taps here? I'm like, yeah, we're good. All right, cool,
So,
cool, cool.
so you, what's interesting about this is you are both coach and caster. So, um,
Ugh.
I, I don't want to, I don't want you to give away too many secrets.
Right,
Um,
right.
but so, what was it like preparing for this match? Right?
Yeah, good question. Oh yeah, Coop's kind of quiet. Let me turn you up. Okay, so one of the big things that we started working on for this match is trying to prep for their team comps because a lot of what these guys do, they kind of get away with no matter who they play, and that's why they went undefeated in the fall season. So these guys are the reigning TAPPS state champions, and they got there in the fall season for a reason. They're really, really cohesive. They have a lot of like kind of team play that works well off of each other. Oh, look, now my guys are doing the same thing. They're lining up the. They're like, oh,
Ooh,
we're
they're
cool
going
now
the
too.
classic.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, we're good.
brutal.
Yeah,
That's like the default, right?
yeah, yeah. That's the old school default. Yeah, they're trying to
Ooh,
Smurf on them right now.
ooh. Okay, it's
Yeah,
gonna be spicy. I like it.
yeah, yeah. Here we go. We're getting into picks and bans. So you'll see, we talked a little bit about picks and bans at the top of the cast here, and now you're going to see it in action. So Bulldogs on the left-hand side for this first match, and the Eagles are on the right-hand side. So this first part of the match here is basically both teams are just taking turns disallowing a few characters from the match. So out of that roster of 150 or so, both teams get to ban out 5 characters out of that entire roster, right? So that means 10 are off the board, and both teams kind of have different priorities. So you'll see we got an Inivia ban and a Mumu ban from the Bulldogs. Oriana
Yep.
get banned out from the Eagles. Basically, they're kind of targeting specific champions, specific players, just depending on what they want to accomplish.
Yeah, and this is the first. This is the first strategy attempt of this whole game. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of games are made and broken in ban pick because what you're going to start seeing is teams are making choices on how to break up strategy. So they took out Senna, they took out a Mumu, they took
right,
out a Nivea. They basically said, we don't want to see you play these in this match, and there's a reason for that. It could be that they're really good at them. It could be that you're really bad against that champion, and
right.
you don't want to face it. And it could
Yeah,
also be to kind of screw up the concept of a cohesive strategy.
exactly.
As I see, first picking Ramus.
Yeah, that was intentional. All right. That was we've been planning this for oh man, as long as I can think. This is one of our comforts. So yeah, so the way the pick ban phase goes, both teams get 3 bans, and then we get 3 picks per side, and then there's 2 more bans and 2 more picks. Right. So right now we finish with that first phase of bans. Both teams are moving into the pick phase, meaning these are champions that they're locking in. They're choosing. I want to play this character in this match. This is who I'm choosing. So typically, what will happen is they'll pick them based in order of kind of priority or importance for the team, and then the characters will get swapped around to their actual roles and lane assignments and stuff. So so
Yeah,
far, we just got
it's
one each. Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, and it's fun. It's fun because they'll pick out of order, right? So they'll pick based on, like you said, what the priority for the team is. So unbreaking is, I don't think that's your jungler.
No,
Right.
no.
So, but Rammus is something that the team wants, and the reason for that, and now Morgana and Caitlyn is something that
Yes,
the team wants. And what we're going to see
yes.
after Nanoroar picks is another ban phase.
Yeah,
So it's kind of cool because you got to ban out a couple, and then you got to respond with some picks, and then based on those picks, you start to see a team comp happen. And now you get another round of bans, and so what we're going to see is the response to what was just picked. Um,
yeah, yeah,
and so we're seeing some interesting strategies come out already, and these kind of picks and bans dictate what you might
yeah.
see for the
Okay,
entire game.
okay. They're saying that they're having a hard time hearing you, Coop. Hang on.
Nope.
I'm gonna turn you
I can
up.
just shout.
All right.
Maybe throw me up. Let me. Throw me up in the Discord, maybe my Discord volume.
Yeah, here, this is working. I'm messing with some of the
Testing one, two,
output.
three.
There, that's
Connor,
better.
how am I coming through now? How do we sound?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know in chat how we're doing. I think I fixed it, but let me know.
Oh, great.
Um,
So what's interesting about, like I said, well, if you didn't hear me,
yeah,
so we're seeing this ban happen here,
yeah, they said they
and
can
then
hear
we're
you
going
now.
to see some next picks come through, and what we see, and I think we've got our set top lane for the
Yeah,
Eagles, right? Eagles,
yeah, the Eagles. That's right.
yeah, probably mid, maybe jungle.
Yeah, this is
And you,
probably, if I had to guess, that's probably their top laner locked in, their jungler, and then probably their ADC. Could be their mid
yeah,
laner. Uh,
ADC, and so that means so we saw a support band with the Nautilus. Uh, Kindred was a jungle band, so maybe they're also kind of not too sure where some of these roles are going to go. Um, but
Kindred,
we're about to see that next round. So this is the section that fills this whole team
yeah,
out,
yeah.
and this really decides how it goes.
Interestingly, Kindred is a main champion for their mid laner. They don't. They play
Oh,
kind of an off
Kindred mid,
meta.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, they play kind of an off meta Kindred pick. So what they end up doing is they
super
take it.
dangerous.
Yeah, they take it mid, and they run this kind of like meat this like meat wall comp where they just put like four guys in front of their ADC. So
Okay,
Kindred fits that perfectly because Kindred ults and then no one dies. So they can kind of navigate the fight really well. So it's a really tricky pick actually.
very cool.
And
So what
I
we're
think this is their
seeing,
mid laner
and so
here.
they're
Yeah.
going Zoe, yeah. Okay.
Let's
So
see.
this will be. I mean, yeah. I mean, looking at what they're putting together,
Ooh, Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia. Both
It
just
is. Cassio's locked in.
Cassiopeia.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see
Yeah,
where these guys go. You're going to see some of the characters get moved around a bit as they kind of shuffle into their final positions. Looks like this is more or less what we're going with here. So, just to recap, uh, Bulldogs again on the left side, on the blue side for game one. We will be on the other side of the map for game two, but in this one, for the duration of the match, we're going to be on the blue side, left hand side. So, our top laner, Unbreaking, is going to be going against Set while he's piloting Mordekaiser. That should be interesting.
yeah,
Our jungler Trash Kid, he's piloting Rammus against Lilia. We've got our mid laner Skylar piloting LeBlanc against Cassiopeia. Our ADC is Chimsberger piloting the Caitlyn against Varus. And then our supporter, that's going to be CO2 piloting Morgana going against Alistar. So just kind of
yeah.
a quick recap, you know?
I mean, these are pretty fun matchups. I mean, we're like top lane's gonna be pretty fun to watch for sure. That bot lane will be really exciting. Caitlyn Morgana, I mean, you have a ton of range with Caitlyn,
Yeah,
and I love Morgana's support because of that root and that CC shield. Um, and, up against a Varus and an Alistar, I mean, there's a lot of engage and a lot of potential there and a lot of shutdown and zoning going on. So this will be pretty fun.
yeah.
Um, as the coach watching this happen, like what do you anticipate a little bit of this?
So coming into it, our priority picks, right, were Rammus. We needed to get Rammus. Okay, we needed to get Morgana or Leona, and they left both of those up. And we wanted Caitlyn or Kaisa, and they banned the Kaisa, so that locked us into that. And then the Mordekaiser, they didn't even ban any of our top lane characters. So he could have gone
Yeah,
Mordekaiser, maybe Darius. I think Mord fits the comp better. So we basically got 5 out of 5 that we wanted, and we got rid of several characters that we did not want to deal with. And I think this went pretty well. The pick man face, if I had to say, is one of our strongest. Yeah,
yeah. What
swimmingly.
are you looking out for? Is the question now? Now that you see this matchup,
Well,
where do you think there's going to be some action?
so their point of emphasis for most of their wins is their ADC.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna see this. The whole Alistair pick kind of fits right into that. What they want to do is get their ADC really far ahead so that he can kind of carry most of their big fights. And with the Lilia sleeps and the set kind of like ulting someone back into the team or something, it
Hmm.
kind of it fits that really well, right? Varys gets to sit 100 miles away and then
Yeah,
throw cues in from the other side of the map, and he's never really in any danger. Um, our goal in this match, essentially, our win condition is get to the Varys, and if we can get
to
to
the
the
Varys.
Varys, yeah, if we can get to the Varys without anybody dying, we typically will win the rest of that fight afterwards. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Diverse all day. That's the goal, right? We want Ramus to ult in, taunt him. We want LeBlanc to shoot right past the front line and get right on top of the Varus. And we want, at worst case scenario, Mordekaiser to just ult him and take him out of the fight.
yeah. You've got some contingencies, right? You've got several chains that can happen with
Yeah.
this comp, and so you've got some flexibility. Sometimes people pick for the massive 5 wide wombo combo that when it works it dominates, but if it doesn't, uh-oh. You have to have some of those contingency plans available, and seeing how you've got, like you said, the Mordekaiser ult, where you can just take, if Varys becomes a problem, just take Varys out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just take Varys out to the Shadow Realm and take some time to assess the rest of the team. But you've got some really good CC options going on here, like some crowd control options. Um, Badgers is saying there's not a lot of dive champ options,
Right.
and I'm thinking that might be against Bulldogs potentially. Um, you've got the zoning, and you've got the, like I said, the CC, the Morgana CC, the Ramus, knock up. Um, so it'll be interesting to see. This is the best and most important part of the game, by the way,
Yeah.
everybody.
The screen,
This is the skins fight.
the loading screen. Yeah, exactly. Who's got the
Yeah.
cooler skins?
So let's just say right now, Bulldogs have 4 skins to 3. So
Yeah.
that's my prediction.
Bonus. We win.
There you go.
No, I
Game's
don't know
over.
about all
Thanks,
that,
guys,
but
everybody. It's been fun.
yeah, exactly. See you. Go home. No. That's hilarious. No, okay, so we're actually just loading into the Rift here, and this is where the fun begins, right? We just tweak this a bit.
It's time
Um,
to party.
yeah, exactly. It's time to party. So again, reminder: Bulldogs are on the blue side. So all the blue structures, the blue health bars, the blue. See all this blue stuff, right? That's us. The red stuff, those are the bad guys. We don't want them to win, right? So if you see more blue people on the map and less red people, probably means we're doing okay. Also, another thing you want to keep an eye on, right? If you're new to the game, you're not really kind of a seasoned veteran or whatnot, keep an eye on the bottom quadrant right over here in the bottom right corner. This is actually, hey, let me change this. This is essentially that's your what we call the mini map, and your mini map is as it implies, right? It's a little tiny version of the entire game map, which is way too big to view at a glance. But the mini map gives you a really great overview without kind of getting in the way of all the action you want to see in the middle of your screen. So if you're curious, right, like how do they know what's going on where they're not looking? A lot of the time, the mini map is the key. You can see some. You can probably hear some of the guys in the background. They get really hyped. The worst part about streaming League of Legends is there's a 3 minute delay. So when something cool happens, I have to wait 3 minutes to watch it. And
Right.
though, yeah, the time
Oh, and
between,
you're in the same. You're
yeah,
close enough that you can hear the reactions,
yeah,
right?
like I can see them.
Yeah.
I just, it's so painful whenever something epic happens because I'm like, oh, I want to be there. So sounded like something cool happened in about 3 minutes. We'll see.
One thing to know is with that mini map, we get to see everything as spectators. We can turn. There's a fog of war, so the players themselves only see portions of that map. So it's not like they get full control. We get the cheat sheet. We get to see all the action happening. Um, and right now it's just kind of the early game phase. So you're gonna see, this is kind of establishing a little bit of like lane dominance. Like, what's my matchup like, right? So what we're watching right now is in the bot lane, which is where our ADC and our supports are, and they're going to be taking out these minions to collect gold. and they'll get a little bit of engaged in
Okay.
the lane, and
Nice.
they're basically feeling things out, right? Like how much can I test? Is we've got a combat going on right now in the top
Oh
lane
man.
also,
Oh,
so a lot of
oh.
actions kind of starting off early in this matchup,
That's how we do it, man. These guys that once they spawn onto the rift, and it's all bets are off, you know.
right?
Yeah.
So
Speaking of what you were saying about vision, right? I can actually toggle it. So if I want to just see what blue side sees, which is our team, this is what our players see, and that means like you see how there's a lot of area that's just hidden, and they don't know what's going on back here. That's a lot of what the game of League of Legends is about, right? Figuring out angles and ways to trick your opponents with deception and maybe set up some ambush type stuff that they aren't expecting, and kind of winning a big fight and turning things in your favor. So, yeah, like Coop said, we get the cheat sheet. We can see pretty much everything, which is another reason why there's that mandatory spectator delay, because that would be pretty unfair if you could just watch all this stuff and tell your team, "Hey, watch out, they're coming."
right. And right now we're watching, a lot of trading going on
Yeah.
in the mid lane and the top lane, as we saw Mord with a nice little dodge around that set, trying to get that true damage in, but able to get around, and that could have been really bad for Mord, but we're both at 50% as, we might see a little bit of
Smite fight.
here
Oh,
as
who
Ramus
got it?
goes in on the engage on Lilia.
Oh, here we go.
Like
We got a 2-on-2. Their first blood. Sure enough, goes to the Bulldogs. In fact,
Oh, Lilia comes back for more and takes out Ramus.
She gets a kill.
But what's going to happen is LeBlanc going to get another off of here with Lilia running
I think
into
so.
the push. Either one of them can take this, but it
man,
looks
this is
like
close.
LeBlanc
She got
is
her.
going to get the best of that one.
Excellent job, LeBlanc, in the eventual 2v1, but really nice play there from Bulldogs on both sides of it. That was
It's
intense.
happening again in the top lane.
Yeah, sure enough. Unbreaking here, going all in on Dark Sketch, forcing the flash away. Really nice job. He's not going to be able to play safely there. That's a really good punish on him stepping just a little too far forward. Speaking of stepping forward,
Morgana with the root.
here we go. Yeah.
Oof, I thought my heart can't handle all this action, Ronnie.
Yeah, the LeBlanc plays are epic, and the Morgana. The reason we wanted the Morgana Caitlyn specifically, it's something we practice a lot. Ooh, really good sidestep there by Unbreaking.
Very nice.
It's something we practice a lot. So when you'll see CO2, the Morgana land the binding, and then Cheemsburger will place a trap direct. Oh yeah, they saw the Lilia coming, so they got out of there. Ooh, nice dodge.
Nice. I will say, your team's ability to kind of anticipate these skill shots and get out of the way is really helping them stay out of the fight that they don't want to be in.
Yeah, it's a big point of emphasis for us because we knew this guy, Pie Dude, right, playing the Varus, playing whatever. We knew that's his game, right? He's going to try to find those angles. Speaking of angles, this could be dicey.
Morgana's getting caught out, putting that root down, but here comes Cassiopeia and Lilia. Is anyone going to get anything out of this as they're running back to the tower?
That's a kill.
Morgana goes down, but here comes the rest of the team coming
in. We got some backup. The taunt comes through.
On that taunt.
Woo. My goodness, Skylar's still going in. That's a kill.
Downstairs.
1 for 1 so far. Cheemsburger very low. Really intense fight. Oh my goodness! He came in out of nowhere. They were not expecting it. That's a 5-man play. He flashes away with a sliver of health left. Could they still land some more damage here? They do get an additional root on the Cassiopeia, but not the kill. And it looks like both teams are going to limp away and lick their wounds after that intense fight. Bulldogs come out on top of that one. What a crazy series of events there.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. I'm just looking at the sums that are down right now, and it's kind of TP. So what's really great about that is that TP play was epic. Coming in from the back line, that is exactly what you talked about. How to capitalize on taking out that ADC.
Yep.
Mordekaiser coming in from the back to shut things down as well.
Yep.
It looks like Eagles, right?
Yeah, Eagles are going for this early dragon.
For the Drake.
Bulldogs not expecting it. Yeah.
Part.
Really. So far, it looks like they're going to get that pretty cleanly.
Yeah, looking at the mini map, it just looks like, this is kind of what happens when you get a big fight. It kind of throws everything off. Kind of to the benefit of the Eagles is they got taken out and they got sent back to base early. They got
a chance to reset.
In the game, the timers are really low, and that allowed them to reset for Drake. So that was a really smart play by them because the Bulldogs were all super low, and they had the back just to get the health, so they got to capitalize on that.
Yeah,
So
really difficult to
that's
contest.
a
Yeah,
good early Drake for sure at the 7-minute mark. So
yeah,
see if they can turn that around or keep that going as they're down 2 eliminations
yeah,
so
exactly.
far.
And about 900, 800 gold, give or take, right? So Bulldogs not with a massive advantage at this point in the game, but definitely still an advantage, right? Take it while we can get it. Ooh, almost dodges that Q, but not quite. Yeah,
Yeah,
just clearing out some vision, really. That's all that is.
a couple ticks from Cassiopeia on that mid tower. I think, let's see, we've got a level advantage down here in the bot lane up against that Alistar with 1. It's going to be first to 6 is going to be interesting down there for sure. That's when the ults come online at level 6, and that's when things really get crazy.
Yeah, 6 is the big
and,
emphasis point of power for most of the characters. Yeah.
yeah, and as you see though in this top lane, it's kind of the same story. This nice wave getting pushed in against this set. And nice root from Morgana to
Sure
keep
enough.
Paris in the back line there.
It's all the way
So we
back to
got
this tower.
yeah, nice wave pushing going on from both top and bot on the Bulldogs, and just a little bit of reset going now. Rift Herald is up as of the 8-minute mark, so that might be the next key objective here to help one of these sides get some momentum.
Yeah, with our jungler top side, theirs is as well. So I don't know which team is going to be first to that, but it looks like L9 Sprinter piloting that Lilia is definitely first to the top side. Rammus is on his way. Looks like LeBlanc is coming too. This could be something.
Yeah, Lilia is trying to retreat into the jungle. LeBlanc is up there as well.
Yeah, good map awareness. She realized she was outnumbered, got out of there. Looks like she'd go all the way back though. She's still in the area, and with Cassiopeia not too far away, just misses the binding there. Lilia's still in the area.
Yeah, and that leaves that mid lane wide open though. Cassiopeia's gonna get a couple more ticks down there on that mid lane tower.
Lilia's leaving the Rift Herald. Looks like they could go for it. Bulldogs maybe looking to just check for some vision first. Looks like Eagles roam into the bot lane.
Yeah, Lilia's going bot, so top is wide open. And if you look at some of the damage that this Mordekaiser's putting out on set. As Rammus is getting a little bit caught out, that
Trash Kid
just chunked.
Oh, the drowsy comes through. That's trouble. Oh, there could be a double kill, in fact. Sure enough, it is. Wow, the Lilia with a really good shutdown.
Are we going to get responded
Unbreaking really wants this, man. I don't know if he can get it. He does. I don't know if he can survive. The tower shots are so powerful. 1 for 1. Bummer.
That brings us to even 5-5, and the gold is in the Eagles' hands now, as you can see at the top. Just swung around.
Yeah, they got a really nice shutdown there on the LeBlanc shutdown. Really gave them a ton of gold. That was about 300 gold. And the combination with that Rammus kill there really kind of set the Lilia up for success. She's now at a scoreline of 4 kills, 2 deaths. So she's got 4 out of the 5 kills for her team.
Yeah, so a little bit of a reset's going to have to happen here. The mid lane is looking like it might be where the Eagles are focusing a lot of that strength. I know that the bot lane has been in Bulldogs' favor, blue side. I mean, they have been pushed up against this Varus and this Alistar this whole time. Those roots from Morgana are really effective in keeping them back there.
Yeah.
But they're not letting, the problem with that, if there's a problem with that, is it's not letting, Rammus come around and swing in for any ganks. So we'll see if that can, if that changes as this goes on, as we see Rammus and Lilia both on opposite sides, as Mordekaiser's up top, taking
going for it again
from set and giving him back to set, dodging that skill shot. There we go. Taking him down. Are they going to be able to outlast us? That shield comes into play. That's huge. And just gets in. Is there a tick going on? Is there anything going? Nothing going.
A sliver of health, man.
How much health is left?
I mean, 15, 20 health points left before he went back to base. That was intense, man. Talk about threading the needle.
Yeah, but you see what's going to happen there is that really sets Mordekaiser up for some good tower shots.
Yeah, he should have no trouble getting some plates there.
Yep, there you go. Some good gold. The TP that's set is going to use that TP right there, which is going to take.
That's going to actually give
power plays.
Mordekaiser's is back off cooldown, so he's actually got TP advantage at the moment, and that could come into play. Who knows, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, look what's happening down the river right now. It looks like Lilia is setting up for a Drake fight.
Yep.
Sets that top lane. Mordekaiser went back. So there's a chance here that more TP could come into play as we're going to try to get a steal over here.
Here we go.
Like
Bulldog's going in. They know she's low. The steal comes through. That was incredible timing. The shutdown as well. So that's a dragon pickup and a kill for our jungler Trash Kid. Piloting that Rammus just pixel perfect. That was incredible. CO2 does die.
Says, don't forget me.
Yeah, he TP's in anyway. He said, guys, don't wait. Hang on. So we get the Drake. Yeah. We lose one member. Take one out, so that's a pretty even trade as far as KDA goes, but the Drake in our pockets is going to be really valuable as the game goes on.
Yeah, I mean, and what's more important there is that they didn't get the Drake. You're even across the board. Gold is still in the favor of Eagles, but you're at least they don't have 2 Drakes up on you, right?
Yeah. The Drake stacking is really big. You don't want to let them get 2 or 3 in the early game, and then you're having to play catch up for the rest of the match. And we've done that at this point now, so teams are back to even there. Next Dragon's not for another 4 minutes. Let's see what they want to do in the meantime. Really nice pull by Unbreaking.
For sure. And Cable TV with the sub, and also an adequate kind of statement to watching League of Legends is I have no idea what's going on, which is okay. League of Legends is a super complicated game, but what you're watching is the Texas TAPPS High School State Championship, and it's super fun and exciting. Oh, what's up, James? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, we are looking at a really nice matchup here for this finals. I mean, here we come, Alistar coming around from the top, and bot lane coming in with a knock-up, huge knock-up.
Oh, my goodness.
Shots there, double.
Cheeseburger just trying to run for the hills. The shots from the tower, they're just tickling the Alistar. Bulldogs misplayed that a little bit. Eagles take advantage big time in that bot lane. And they're going to get a lot of gold in their pocket for that.
Yeah, and those plates just went away. Now we see, once again, Mordekaiser responding to most of these things by taking huge chunks out of set in the top lane. But that was the first time we've seen a real big bot lane engage from Red Side, from Eagles over here. They really went in on that.
Yeah, they're picking their fights perfectly.
So that was a big shift from what we've seen. And they finally get that two elimination advantage. They got some gold in their pockets. And
they're farming really well, too.
How the response is as Lilia catches out Mordekaiser in the tri-bush.
Oh, there's an ult.
With the sleep. Trying to get some. There we go. Okay.
He flashes in fact, and that's going to actually almost do it. He loses track of her. Gets ulted, but Rammus is here. Let's see if he can do something with this.
Everyone's here.
This is a 2v3. Now LeBlanc comes in.
Oh,
they do take. Oh my goodness. 1 for 1 in the fight there.
Mordekaiser's still alive.
He's still alive somehow, and so is the Rift Herald. Shelly survives too.
What is happening?
What a fight. Sometimes it's hard for me to even keep up. And the Lilia escaped too. That was intense.
I could have. That went so different than what it looked like 5 seconds in.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was like, oh no, this is bad. And then wait,
with the slivers of health, with that huge clutch shield.
Yep. The flash in from Skylar seemed really ambitious. It almost worked though.
So we just saw our first turret down, bot side turret going down. But what I was going to say before that is a lot of staying around with low health. We're seeing a lot of chip away, and these players are getting stuck with like 20%, 15%.
I know.
And just barely able to get under tower for some protection. But that's really what's changing the tide here is we see it over the wall going in with the engage, taking out Varus right there.
This is a 2v3. Bulldogs have the numbers.
Retreating.
The shutdown comes through.
Get around the wall.
The ignite ticks down. 1 for 1. CO2 in some trouble, but they don't know that Rammus is still here. Speeding up. He's looking for the engage. He gets it. The knockup comes through, but it's not going to mean too much. Looks like he's going to get out of this.
Yeah, not enough damage.
Ooh, the Sonya's hourglass.
Morgana, get out of
there. No, she's in trouble. She does escape, but in a follow-up Sonya CO2.
Clutch use.
Let's see. I don't know. This is dicey. He gets the root in place.
It's gonna be enough.
One more tower shot
Look
would
at
do it.
that.
It does do it. Wow, what a crazy fight. The Alistair lives somehow in that extended fight, and he's going to take a few shots on that tower, but he's going to have to head for the hills as the rest of the Bulldogs show up.
Oh, nicely played. More guys are coming in, taking the Shadow Realm.
Why not? He's got no ult, you know?
Yeah, and that's going to cause a huge dive from everybody who's left.
Bulldogs with the shutdown, and now with the Dragon on the map, let's see what they want to do next. Now only down by 2 kills and about just over 1,000 gold. Really anybody's fight in this next team fight. Uh-oh, Skylar a little too far forward.
A lot of intensity going on here. I mean, and these are, what's interesting is these are collapses. Like there hasn't been, I mean, there was that huge Drake fight earlier with that steal, but what we're seeing is a lot of these players getting caught out, right? And then these clutch engages, you know, Mordekaiser with that TP coming in on Alistar at the end there. But I think what we're going to see very soon is a decisive team fight around a major objective. Because they're starting to hit that 20-minute mark, which is where you start to group up, right? Yep. Oh, nice root from Morgana. Like, with the engage right there. That's going to take her out.
Wow.
Nice shot. Running away.
Love it. That was a really good pick. Now the Bulldogs have the numbers advantage here going into this potential Drake fight. This is essentially an ARAM right now. All players are in the middle of the map, just kind of taunting each other, waiting for one team to make the first move.
Yeah, look at the health though. Morgana is looking really low, very squishy, not where you want to be. We still got 10 seconds or so on Cassiopeia. But this, I mean, if they're going to want to make something happen, they're going to have to do it quick.
Really dicey play here.
LeBlanc says, hey, what's up? Let's do it. That's going to start this fight. And boom.
A lot of damage comes through. Rammus with the...
taking out Lilia.
Yeah, a huge ult. That's going to be 1 for 0 already for the Bulldogs. Now the ult comes through. That's a 2 for 0, 3 for 0. In fact, in the extended fight, Bulldogs now winning this one single-handedly. Here we go. Double kill comes through for Unbreaking. They're going to get this Dragon for free. 4 kills. They go on top of the scoreboard as well. Now up in gold by over 203 kills. 2 Drakes to 1. Let's see what they can do with this now. What a fight. Just like you said, sure enough, the next fight was going to be something decisive one way or the other. Bulldogs make sure it falls in their favor.
Yeah, that was massive. That was huge. I mean, Cassiopeia on that tick down death timer. LeBlanc just saying, you know what, let's do it. They kind of forced the hand there, and they got caught out. And Alistar got caught out on the opposite side of the Drake wall. And I mean, that's just what you want to do. I mean, that was massive. They got the Drake off of it. The gold is now back in their favor. 3 kills up.
300 gold. Like nothing.
So it's going to be interesting to see the strategy that comes around here.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's dead even at this point. And if you're new to the game, right? Some of you guys have never watched the game of League of Legends before. Let's do a quick recap, okay? So top of the screen here, we're at the 20-minute mark. Most League of Legends games go 40 minutes or less, right? 40 minutes is pretty extreme. So we're essentially at halftime here, right? So halfway through the game, Bulldogs on the blue side, Eagles on the red side. So you see here, we've got 15 kills, they've got 12. If you add them all up on the bottom stats here, that's what that is, 15 to 12. Just to the little further out on this scoreboard here, you've got the gold, right? So this is how much gold all players on either team have when you add it all up. You see here, it's dead even, 33.8 to 33.8, 33.9. I mean, these guys are neck and neck in gold. And then the final little thing here on the scoreboard is the towers, right? So that's how many towers each team has destroyed. When the gold is this close, I mean, gold essentially translates to how many items you have. So you look at the scoreboard up here, you look at the stats and the items down here. Those two things together will kind of give you an idea who's having the biggest impact on the game, who's in the lead, right? What's what's going on at a glance. And if you dial it down a little more, right, you can even see like very specific stuff about these characters, like how many wards they've placed, like what amount of gold they have kind of bounty on them. Oh, I'm going to stop talking because there's actually a huge fight going on here. Bulldogs play this really well, but CO2 does go down after the Sonya's Hourglass. And now that's also going to be Trash Kid going down, fighting the top lane as well. Mordekaiser gets a kill on the set. Bulldogs do win that fight in the top side, but lose the one in the river near the mid lane. So overall, 2 for 1 across the map. And now they're going to walk away as they see the Alistair roaming his way up here. They do not want to deal with that 2 for 2 fight there. So,
yeah. And Ronnie, what timestamp are you at? I want to make sure that we're watching at the same.
It's like 22:29, 22:30.
Okay, I'm 3 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
Okay. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, if you pop that little, if you want to match up, I don't know if I can get back to the timestamp you're at.
Yeah. Let me see. What happened there?
Yeah, I mean, that was again, another big catch-out fight, right?
Yeah.
Like, and we see, looks like what's also interesting to see for those watching is we can see the game chat on the left-hand side. And it's, what you just saw was spawning in a minute and 40s, Cloud Drake. So that's the team talking to each other about what the next objective is that's coming up. And right now it's that Cloud Drake, and we've seen several big Drake fights, and so I can't imagine that we're not going to see another one in about a minute and a half.
Bulldogs definitely want this next Drake, but it's not a guarantee, right? The team in the lead isn't the team that's going to win the next fight because it's all about positioning, using your character to the fullest extent, making sure that you don't make a misstep or misplay, and so both teams kind of neck and neck for this next fight. It really could go to either team. Bulldogs probably want it more because we've already got 2 dragons in our pocket. If we can get that third one, that means that we're really close to getting that game-breaking buff, right? Your dragon soul, which was a huge game changer. Cloud soul isn't the most impactful one, but it's definitely still something you want to take advantage of if you can.
Yeah, and any objective advantage is just going to help push it into your favor.
Big time.
Part of this game is just a denial of resources.
Yeah.
And if you can deny those resources of the other team, then you're going to take the advantage.
Unbreaking faked him out. He said, yeah, man, I'm recalling. Nope, I'm going to killing you. That was epic. Nice play.
And here we go.
Looks like he's not going to get down to the Drake fight in time, though. He does not have teleport, so Skylar caught out. Goes to sleep. The Zonius keeps him alive, but he ends up getting shut down in the end. Bulldogs not playing this fight as well as the last couple. CO2 does get the root, but now it's a 2 versus 4. As Mordekaiser wasn't here in time, he's just pushing the top side. Bulldogs do lose 4 members. Let's see if they can get one back. They do get one on the Lilia, so a 4 for 1 in the extended fight. Lose the Drake, but they get a turret in the top side. Maybe a second turret as well.
Huge trade on that, for sure.
Unbreaking still pushing that top side. Looks like they're really trying to punish that engage and try to find an advantage somewhere else on the map. And overall, even though that fight didn't go in our favor, really it only swung the gold about 600 or 700 gold overall. So really not the biggest loss, but Bulldogs did take an L in that fight there for sure. They definitely want to be careful.
I mean, that the Drake seems to be the objective of choice in this matchup. And but what's interesting about that is,
hey Amber, that's my sister. My sister's tuning in. Hey girl.
That's awesome. The Drake was the advantage or the objective in a lot of these fights is fighting over that Drake. But what you ended up seeing was Mordekaiser realizing, hey, I'm not going to be able to get down there to turn this tide. And what's my next objective? Well, it's turrets. Yeah. And we'll give up Drake instead of me losing my life in this one. I'm going to go take a turret. I'm going to shove a wave down and top turret. And that is actually a huge advantage. Because they might have gotten the Drake, which is important, but now there's a lot of priority and there's a lot of pressure in that top lane. As you see LeBlanc up there now is tending to that wave as Mordekaiser is kind of rotated into the mid lane. And now it looks like the next kind of fight may be up into this. This is actually pretty interesting because you've got 3 of the Eagles, the red side, up there trying to clear that wave, which is going to leave a lot of different spots open. So applying that pressure in the top lane, Mordekaiser did that. That was 2 minutes ago, and Red is still cleaning up that mess. So they might have gotten the Drake, but it has changed the outcome of this game for the next 2 minutes, which is a huge move.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like we got something sneaky going on here. Bulldogs waiting for somebody to walk up and get caught. Nobody's falling for it. Looks like they're just going to spend a couple minutes in the brush, and they're just vibing up there. They're just chilling.
Nobody's there anymore. Nobody's
Yeah,
there.
they're waiting for it.
Could have been a good play, but
Yeah.
but it looks
CO2
like they've
says,
actually done a little bit of lane swapping here.
yeah.
You know, Mordekaiser's now down in bot side jungle. Lilia's down there all by themselves. And maybe that's because Mordekaiser's had a lot of success shoving these waves, and they're going to go down and maybe try and move that strategy there. So
yeah, he's got a fat lead. That's what
changes
it is.
Here.
He's got a
big's going to happen in mid lane.
Yeah, they're really setting up for this.
Something's going to happen in bot lane as Rammus is.
Oh, there's the
Cassiopeia's getting caught out.
There's the Mordekaiser ultimate on the Lilia. Meanwhile, Trash Kid taking out Nano Roar. This is a 2v2. I don't know who wins this, actually. This is really intense. The ult comes through, but not in time. Trash Kid does go down, but Mordekaiser takes one out at the same time. This is a 1-for-1 overall. Mordekaiser is going to be a little slower than Lilia, so he's going to give up the chase, but even play across the map there, 1-for-1.
Yeah, I mean that was big, and what happened there is
a little.
Oh, we got Baron going on.
Could be going for a Baron. Bulldogs don't know this is happening. Looks like Eagles are looking to get a huge buff here by getting the Baron, collecting the Baron buff. If you can destroy this monster, you see how long it takes to kill. Here they come, actually. I'm going to stop talking because this fight's about to be crazy. Skylar's the first one to the fight.
As we go in.
The ult comes through. Dark Sketch, the Zhonya's actually disengages it. Cheeseburger goes down to the back end, but they follow up and destroy the Lilia afterwards. Pydude is the only member of the Eagles still on the map right now. And Bulldogs win that fight in a big way, 1-for-3. So really kind of bouncing that back into their favor. Really good job. And they're not done yet. Looks like they're still looking for this Varus. He knows they're coming, though. Oh, my goodness. They still get him, though. Nice job. 4-for-1 in the extended fight. And now what do the Bulldogs do? Do they turn and go for the Baron? They're on vision, so the Eagles can see this is happening. But with no players on the map except Cassiopeia, what are they going to do about it?
Yeah,
do the Bulldogs
the
try to...
is huge for the Bulldogs right here. Although
they've got Nano Roar on the map.
Caitlyn just left. They don't necessarily have the damage, and what you might see here is an attempt to steal, which is super dangerous.
Oh, there she is.
But it might pay off. I mean,
she's popped in. They've still got the ignite. Oh, there we go. All right, we secured it. We do lose one as Cassiopeia does get the shutdown, in fact, on the Mordekaiser. That's a lot of gold in her pocket. But the 4-man Baron buff, I think, is going to be worth the effort. And now Bulldogs have the ability to push the minions and usher them into the opponent's base. You see how the minions get really big and all purpley and cool looking whenever the Baron buff is on. Basically what it means when you collect that Baron buff is your minions, when you're near them, get really big and strong, and you're going to have a much easier time pushing.
You know what's about to happen?
Yep, another big fight. And we've got 6 players here, 3 from each side. Skylar first one in again. The Trash Kid following up. Now, actually, Bulldogs have the numbers advantage here. They do lose the Drake, and the smite goes over to L9 Sprinter on the Lilia, and he's still alive, in fact. And now the Bulldogs actually losing the second half of this fight. Unbreaking here to try to even it out. But in a 3 versus 1, I'm not sure if he can. He's going to use his Zhonya's Hourglass to stay alive a little bit longer, but the triple kill comes in for Pydude. He's going to clean that one up. And the ace, in fact, for the Eagles, really not the fight that the Bulldogs wanted there.
No, that's major. I mean, I think a lot of things just happened there. The most important one is Bulldogs just lost the Baron buff.
Yeah, I remember who had it. It's now gone. That's true.
They had 4 players with the Baron buff, and that doesn't necessarily help you so much in these objective fights. That helps you a lot in lane, but buffing those minions to help melt these towers. But that was a major resource loss for the Bulldogs. And we'll see if they can turn this around. I mean, that brings the eliminations back up into Red Side's favor. But you know, who knows? They overextended. They had a big fight, and as we see, they might not be able to.
Could be happening again here,
right?
And sure enough, it looks like this is going to be a catch out. Skylar gets the cleanup kill there, and these guys are going to have to clean up the rest of the minions in this bot lane and lick their wounds a bit as they start spawning back onto the map. Really, this Lilia pick has been really a lot of the reason they've won some of these team fights is because of the Lilia AoE damage. It's just kind of really difficult to pinpoint. And she's been catching out several of the members early in these fights. You'll see they basically wait and they save the sleep for Skylar, and then as soon as they pick him out, then they try to turn the fight in their favor really quickly. So they've got a really good strategy, and they're executing it to perfection.
Yeah, and this is late game. I mean, we're at the 32-minute mark, so anyone that goes down now is going to be out for what 40-something seconds at this point. I mean, that is a long time to have a champion out of the game. And so if you can get a pick, if you can pick someone off, all of a sudden you've got a 5v4 advantage for almost a minute. And that is when you'll start to see some big shifts and some big plays being made. The biggest thing here is Bulldogs got to get some they got to get some objectives. They need to push these waves. They're down in towers.
Yep.
And that's where they're going to need to add some pressure. They had that advantage in top side, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it. And we'll see if they can keep getting those picks. But it looks like Red Side's just shoving these minion waves now.
Yeah, they're trying to do this this basic comp where they're just kind of feeding a lot of the gold into their ADC. So you see, he's over 100 gold, almost 100 minions up on top of his top laner. 80 above his mid laner, right? The only one who's even close is their jungler, but their ADC is far and away being fed as many resources as possible. And that's, we talked about it coming in. That was what we kind of expected from these guys. Really nice Black Shield timing there by CO2 to negate the sleep. That was impressive. And
feed the Varus, protect the ADC, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's probably going to be another big team fight around the next objective, which I think is going to be Drake in a minute or so.
Yeah, just over a minute, minute 12.
Yeah. So that's going to be a tide turner. Just kind of looking at the levels, Mord still has 2 up on set, which is huge, which is pretty big. Everything else looks about even. Morgana's down in the support, but Morgana is really there to start that engage, maybe with that root. When you see that black blast of spell energy come out, that's to root. So we'll see what happens. We got some good vision down here. What we're seeing is those wards getting put out. If anyone's wondering what those are, that lets them see in the fog of war. So that's really good for setting up for this Drake fight, as they'll know when Bulldogs are coming in.
Yeah, the Eagles really want this because
what's gonna happen.
They've got 3 dragons now, right? So they get that other dragon in that last big fight that we had. And what that means is they're essentially 1 dragon away. If they're able to secure this next dragon in this fight here in about 10 seconds or so, they are they're going to get a game duration buff that gives them a massive speed buff. Oh wow, they're going to pick out the Lilia right before the fight even starts. Sure enough, she's still ticking down with the ignite. 1 single tick of health left.
Big play there, but that takes her completely out of the match.
Nanoroar as well, in a lot of trouble. Boom, that's 1 for 0 already. Lilia can't fight, so really it's a 2 for 0. Bulldogs not backing down, getting ready to contest this. Kaboom! Nice. And somehow the Mordekaiser gets the kill. Must have been Ignite or something anyway. Okay. Bulldogs now get this 3rd Drake, so again, teams are tied again, 3 for 3. Come on, guys! Come on, guys!
They've got no wave. They're going to rotate up, probably, maybe try and take Baron again. I mean, they've got a huge advantage here. 2 champs down.
They're going for this Baron, Eagles. I think so.
They have to do it. It's going to be a tide turner. They don't have a wave to push. They don't have a tower to take. So the next objective is take Baron.
This was dicey last time. Let's see if they can get this cleanly this time. Bulldogs, the Eagles know this is happening. The Caitlyn traps come through. Here we go. L9 Sprinter.
Where's Lilia and where's that smite?
Lilia still gets in somehow.
There it is.
Blue team secures it. Excellent job. Now the ults are coming through from the Eagles. This is a really intense fight. Bulldogs lose nobody so far. Somehow, oh my goodness, 2 for 0 plus 2 for 1. They do lose Cheeseburger in the extended fight there, but they get the Baron, they get the Dragon, they win both team fights on both sides of the map. What an incredible turn of events here. Bulldogs now on top of the leaderboard once again.
Yeah, and if you look at those timers, the big thing about that is they're still up in the numbers for the next 30 seconds, and that is not good for Red Side. Eagles really have to play defense here, or they can catch someone out.
Trash getting a little bit of trouble.
Trash.
Like
Come on,
almost nothing.
But the big play here is to use that Baron buff. You'll see these minions now have that purple magic around them that gives them a huge buff. They're going to be way more powerful. The cannons are just going to melt these towers. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to do that in the mid lane. They're just going to melt towers. They're going to try to melt towers.
Just like this right here.
And not get caught. And that's how you really use this to your advantage.
Skylar's got those fancy feet, man. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we got a big push. Cassiopeia's in the area, but she misses the Hex Flash and the ult afterwards, and that's going to spell trouble for the Alistar. Bulldogs in a really chaotic fight here. The Mordekaiser ult comes through on the Cassiopeia. The ult from Trash Kid comes through. He's going to have to flash back. The shield comes through. Bulldogs now still 5-man strong. Both teams, in fact, 5 men strong. Really crazy, chaotic fight. Nobody goes down.
That is really surprising.
Yeah.
There was so many chains going on. Engage.
There we go. Another counter engage. Skylar again getting picked off here though with the Varus Qs, really doing a lot of work.
Yeah, but look what's going on. I mean, they're still melting. I mean,
we got a TP coming in, guys. TP for Mordekaiser to drop them. Here's the flank coming through. I don't know if he's there a little too early, but the Bulldogs are now coming in. Trash Kid also there a little early. Here we go. This is a pretty ambitious play. Skylar gets a kill on the set. Now let's see if they can clean the rest of this up. Cheeseburger with a follow-up kill. The ult comes through from Rammus. He's still right on top of the Varus. Looks like they're going to get him. The shutdown as well. The ace for the Bulldogs. 1 kill goes to the Eagles. An ace in the favor of the Bulldogs. What a fight. I could not, oh my goodness, I could not keep up. That was incredible. And with the Baron buff, here we go. They're going to keep pushing. Let's see what they can do with this now.
They've got a cannon minion, melting towers. They've got a full wave. I mean, they are just in a power play right now with those timers. Goodness. I mean, only Lilia is up. They're going to at least get the in-hit, which is just going to be another boon. And, I mean, that's a big play. That gives them a lot of time to reset with that pressure.
Really good stuff. Yeah, Bulldogs really needed that. All right.
That was really big. The biggest thing about that is there were 3 fights back to back to back where nobody actually got eliminated.
I can't handle it, man.
Has to fight.
I can't handle all the screaming. Oh my god, it's so intense. Okay, so
that was epic.
Yeah, so with the Baron buff now, with 3 Drakes in their pocket, the next objective that the Bulldogs are going to want to fight over is this final Drake. It's a 7-dragon game with 40 seconds left. We're talking about this next fight determining who gets this Dragon Soul game-ending buff. And I know both teams want it, all right? And I know these guys are really feeling it today, man. Guys, ask for 10 minutes, okay? Ask for 10 minutes. That's right. Okay. I know what happened, but I can't say anything yet. Okay, so Bulldog setting up for this next dragon.
Once again, another dragon objective-based fight is coming up for sure. And I mean, that's been the big play here. We've seen a lot of turning tides in this, is that Drake is up. And I think I'm a little ahead of you, so I'm going to leave the...
You're good. Here we go. Oh, Bulldogs going in for this. Looks like they're going to go for this dragon. There's no contest on it right now. Bulldogs do get the dragon buff. That's going to be the Dragon Soul, in fact. They lose no members during that fight, and now they're looking for blood. Here we go. That's going to be a ton on the Dark Sketch. There's no way he gets out of this. Cheeseburger secures the kill. Now Bulldogs with a numbers advantage. They also secure the standing gold on the map. Now 5 towers to 5. Both teams are even in tower kills. We've got the dragon advantage. We've got the gold advantage. We've got the KDA advantage. Now what happens? Let's see what we can do with it. Looks like we're setting up for this final push. Bulldogs 5 members strong in this bot lane. Let's see what we can do with it. There's another turret.
Advantage. I mean, this is big. This is, I mean, Set's out of the picture, so 5v4. The level advantage is starting to creep up.
They're going to go back and spend some gold before this next Baron spawns on the map. Sure enough. Really smart play.
Yeah. It's not over. You might think you've got it, but you got to just like you said, you got to be looking at those timers and see where that objective is. Because if Eagles play safe and they don't take a lot of damage in a fight, and blue has to run back, then that's a free Baron. And so really smart to not push that wave and
Here
stick
we go.
around too long.
This is it. I think this is the fight.
This is where it's going to happen.
We've got 5-on-4. Set is not here. In fact, this is a 5-on-4. CO2 at half health.
Set is on the way.
Really, this is anybody's fight. Baron just spawning now. Skylar looking for a pick, actually. Jumps back over the wall before he gets caught out there. And now here we go. Set's here. It's a 5v5.
Set's back in. Morgana is super low, but Lily is super low too, and that's a problem because Lily has got the smite. So even if the Baron is getting low, that smite, you want that to contest and take that Drake or that Baron.
Alistair gets caught out. He has to use his ult defensively. Oh, and they catch out the Lilia. Skylar with a really great play. Now Trash Kid diving all the way into the back line. They catch out the Varus. Here we go. Alistair falls as well. I didn't even see the Cassiopeia die. She's dead. Set's going down. Oh my gosh, now Bulldogs, they're going for the Baron, but I mean, really, the base is wide open. Guys, what are we doing? Let's go. Another turret goes down. Mordekaiser taking out the base, and the rest of the Bulldogs taking out the Baron. They get it, and now Mordekaiser's in the base with the Baron up minions. If he can finish up, sure enough, he does. Oh, there's that bug. Okay, the game does this sometimes where it bugs out, and I don't get to see the ending.
I just got it too.
Yeah. Bulldogs win game 1. Oh my goodness. What a game.
Power move from the Riot API. The suspense is killing us.
I know, right? What's going to happen? Wow, what a play. Oh my goodness, what a game. Okay, guys, the action was insane. That's only game 1, right? We still have to win another game. And the Eagles also have another opportunity to take one back here, right? So we got to play the second game just as clean as game 1. We're going to take about a 5-minute break so I can get some water, reset my voice, let all the guys kind of get up. Yeah, and we'll be right back with you guys. I'm going to mute the stream so you guys can't hear us or anything, but we'll be right back with you in just a few. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. Yeah, all right, guys. So thanks for bearing with us. We really didn't lose any viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out.
I think we
Um,
gained some
we
viewers.
might have gained
Maybe
a
people
few.
actually prefer us to not talk.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna stop talking, I guess. No, but we are just
Wow.
about to get into game two action here. Bulldogs with a
Let's.
1-0 lead. And I don't want to overstate how big of a deal this is for us. We're playing against the reigning state champions here. These guys know how to win games. In the fall season, they didn't lose a single match. They went 16-0. So the fact that we've even
Wow.
taken this one game off of them right now means these guys are here to play today, right? These guys are not leaving anything on the rift. They're making sure to leave. I'm sorry, they're leaving everything on the rift. They're not leaving anything behind, right? They're making sure that if they do drop this game somehow, that it's not because they didn't try their hardest, right? And I man, I would love to say I'm speechless. I'm obviously not, right? I'm talking a lot, but man, I am floored by the performance in game one and just the cohesion from these guys. This is incredible.
Well, yeah. I mean, game one was back and forth. I mean,
Yeah,
you hear that a lot, and games can be incredibly one-sided. But I would say that there were so many important contests in that first game. Drake was clearly an objective from the get-go. I mean, towers weren't even really that much of a prio. It looked like everybody knew when conditions were around Drake's. Big fights happen around Drake's, and if you can win a team fight and you get an objective, then that's going to help move you along. And so that's what we saw. I mean, we saw little skirmishes here and there, and then setting up for these massive fights. And just from your own coaching this one team and seeing that matchup, like the question is like, what are they going to do for the band pick of game two? Because this is where these
right.
best of threes get really interesting. They thought they knew who to ban out the first match, but then Bulldogs just took that dub. And so the question on the Eagles side is like, do we not like what we just played? Or do we think we can win against it again if we ban out all the same things?
Yeah, it'll be a good point. It'll be really interesting to see how they alter their strategy going into the second match. And yeah, that is what makes best of three so interesting. Is you oh, thank you for I'm being told to hydrate right now, so I have to hydrate. But yeah, that's what makes these best of three so interesting. Is really neither team is going to be able to just walk down to the other team's nexus and win. There's going to be these little tiny wins and these little tiny losses that eventually add up. And the big band phase is another one of those little tiny wins, right? So from game one, I mentioned it at the top. We got all five champions that we really wanted to get. So
Yeah.
we got the result we wanted. Is it going to be the same in game two? Are we going to get five characters that we really, really wanted and had high priority on? I don't know, right? I think they're probably going to alter their ban strategy a bit and make sure we don't have access to those characters.
Well, and the other thing is that comp didn't seem to necessarily work out perfect for the Eagles.
Yep.
But
it was good.
It was good, and it had there were plenty of opportunities for them to take that and turn it. That huge. I mean, they got an ace on Drake, and there was lots of potential there, and it was really, really effective when it was working. And the question is, are they going to try and stick with that same kind of thing? Or do they have another option to throw? I mean, I know that your team has been looking at this season and saying, we know what they're going to do. They're going to play protect and feed the ADC. Mm-hmm. Do they have another thing in their back pocket that will throw the Bulldogs for a complete loop? And that's what's going to be interesting to see what happens in this next lineup. Both teams they have a lot of information.
Right.
And the question is, what are you going to do with it?
I gotta hydrate again. This is two now. My goodness, you guys are killing me. Yeah, seriously, I got like 5 of them just now. What the heck, guys? All right, I'll drink water, I promise. Oh my gosh, it's all my players. Here we go, pick ban phase.
Yep. This is where it all goes down again. So here we go. We're gonna see, this is where the teams respond to each other. They might really not have liked that virus, and they might say, you know what, we can do with anything except that virus.
Oh wow, they still ban the same Orianna.
They still don't want the Orianna.
Okay.
And I mean, I get it. Like, especially if what we saw in the last game, that Ori ult can be really punishing, that we don't want to see the Anivia again, right?
The
So
hydrate
it looks
chain.
like
Yeah.
maybe we're moving into a, you know what, we liked what we were up against, and I think we can play even better against it this time.
Yeah, exactly. Man, these guys are trolling me with these hydrates. I'm gonna take this emote out. I promise you. No, I'm just kidding. This is great. I like the interaction.
Um,
Yeah, so back to the pick ban phase, right? So
well,
Bulldogs.
Kaisa's out again.
Yeah, this is the same so far, right? This is the exact same bans from both sides, even actually. They're just gonna run it back. It looks like almost. Let's see. What do they call this? The salty run back. If they end up
saying,
picking everything, yeah.
We dare you
Ooh, posture
to play
check.
it again.
Yep. Let me
Right?
check my posture. Yeah, I got a posture check. My bad. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh yeah, you think you can win? Do it again. Oh, Lorb's here. What's up, bro?
Lorb's here.
Hey, Lorb's watching. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, Lorb is a well, you know Lorb, right, Coop? But Lorb's
from the old days.
Yeah, he's our team captain from last year. So really great to have you in attendance, bud. Appreciate it.
So what we'll see a deviation is they did not want to see Mordekaiser this time around, which is understandable. I think we didn't see necessarily too many really important Mordekaiser ults, and that Mordekaiser ult is what's going to take someone off of the rift for 5 seconds or so. We didn't actually see that in play, but what we did see was the punishing damage that Mord was putting on set in that wave clear that Mordekaiser can do. And so what that did is they didn't ban Kindred, and so now Kindred's into play for Eagles, and so maybe this is that shift. They're going to that mid lane dominance with that Kindred. That's where they, you know what? I think maybe they saw some openings in your mid lane last game. That's where the early success wasn't in bot lane. It was in mid, and maybe they're tweaking things around to play into that.
That's most likely
very interesting.
That's likely Kindred mid. As we covered at the top. Hey, thanks for the what are those called, bits? Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the cheers.
Look at that. It's fun.
There we go, Ramus Morgana again. So the Kindred's probably a mid lane pick, actually. Normally that's a jungler, but this mid laner likes to play Kindred. In fact, it's his most practiced champion by like almost 5 times, compared to the next one below it. So as far as like overall experience, so he's very comfortable with this character. And
I'm so curious about this though, because the Kindred camps, I'm just curious to see how they'll play this. Is it a roaming mid?
Right.
We do see Caitlyn switching sides, Traitor.
Yeah, Traitor. Right. No kidding. I know Bulldogs like to run Morgana Caitlyn, but I'm just gonna give you a little preview. They also like running Morgana Jhin a lot. So I'm letting you know.
Which is a good combo.
I think we got a Jhin coming next. Okay, we're gonna go with the LeBlanc first. Okay. Well, hopefully the Eagles aren't watching the stream and listening to me give away all my strats, and they don't ban the Jhin right now. But whatever, it is what it is.
We're
Yeah, we're here for
it. That'd be crazy.
If you guys are tuning in, thank you for watching. Right?
It's actually a pro play. They don't play Jhin at all.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the Lilia ban, so Bulldogs kind of altering their bans now in this second phase here. They don't want to deal with the Lilia from game 1, so yeah, that's Kindred mid, guys.
Yeah, I figure that's what we're going to end up seeing from your analysis from there.
There's the Jhin ban. Oh, they must have been listening. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. It's also his most practiced champion. Ban. Yeah. It's fine.
No, it's just a good ban to get. I mean, Jin's got some great clear mobility, and the thing is the Eagles know what this Morgana can do. They've seen it in play. So a big focus is how do we change bot lane? They lost bot lane for the most part early in the game, they being the Eagles. Now, that was the first tower to go. It took a long time for them to crack that defensive wall, but bot lane is where it's going to be. I think this game, Eagles are going to try and crush down mid and secure that. And I honestly think that the Bulldogs are going to try and capitalize on what they're able to put in place in bot lane.
Yeah.
So
And it looks like
So we'll
the
see what happens
Eagles
there.
did not ban a character for that
Oh,
final ban, so that's I mean it's not a huge advantage, but the Bulldogs now
mental
have,
games.
yeah, they've got one more character in their arsenal potentially that could
Oh,
have been banned away.
Misfortune Morgana. Oh,
Yeah,
that
deadly.
is a very rough matchup.
Yeah,
That's going to be really interesting to see. That ult from Misfortune comboed with the Morgana root, the
hmm
slow, the bounce. I mean, that's a lot.
just
Skarner,
delete
hey,
somebody. Hey,
coming out of retirement.
yeah, sure enough. And this is what we talked about going into this game. These guys like to provide just a giant four-man meat shield for the ADC, and so Skarner helps with that. Kindred with the ult means that the ADC can stay alive as long as they don't walk out of it. Seraphine has the taunts and things like that. The Ornn, okay, maybe not the Ornn. The set kind of serves the same purpose.
Oh, so that's back. Okay.
Yeah, set's back.
And maybe this is a comfort pick for top. They're seeing
Yeah,
someone different up top. We actually haven't seen top yet.
yeah.
So that was a little bit of a priority pick of, I don't really know what I'm up
This is,
against,
yeah, I knew it was
but
going to be
I
Darius.
like set.
Bulldogs love
Darius,
this
okay.
Darius pick. Yeah, our top laner plays quite a bit of this Darius, and
He's so angry.
yeah, he's just constantly screaming.
So,
Ah! He's
so
just mad.
mad.
Yeah, he's
So
good. Sing the Skarner.
this will be interesting. So we're gonna see. We've seen how the Bulldogs play Morgana. We've seen how they play Rammus. We got and LeBlanc. So we've got two new camps on the board for the Bulldogs. But we have
Four, all but the set.
new champs except for Set in the top
Yep,
lane. So this is a little bit of familiarity for the Eagles, but it's going to be very new for the most part for the Bulldogs.
yep, yeah. This is they're gonna have to change the strategy around a bit. I know that they're already talking about it a bit. How do we layer our abilities to maximize damage? How do we make sure that we pick people out? That type of stuff. And let's see what they do. This second game, there's no guarantees, right? When you get into a game of League of Legends, everybody starts at level 1 again. So none of the momentum
Right?
from the last game, other than the momentum up here, none of it matters because it's all thrown out the window. So let's
Yeah,
see
and
if
sometimes that's actually hard to come back from,
yeah,
right? You've
yeah,
just played at top level 18, 17. You've got everything. You can melt waves. You can just
hmm
do whatever you want. And now you're back to very basic, nothing. You can't
yeah,
do anything.
one
And
ability.
you have to really switch that power brain off and go back to, okay, the game has reset. I just need to farm. I just need to last hit some minions, stay
Yep.
safe. I can't overstep. And that'll be interesting to see too if they've been able to shake off that end game mentality.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. That's always one of my big emphasis points from a coaching perspective with these guys. It's like, all right, guys, listen, we dominated, or oh, we lost, right? Get that out of your head because this game, that game doesn't affect this next one. So you have to reset. And I always tell them you got to reset your mental. What does that mean, right? What I mean when I say that is you got to reset your mental state, right? So, like you just mentioned, you got to go back to that level 1 state, right? You're no longer a level 18 monster who's just running through the enemy team and you can TP into 5 people and not die and then still somehow turn the fight. You can't do that yet, right? Because you're level 1. So, work your way back to that point slowly, surely, and get that definitive win, but don't outplay yourself by potentially like, oh, I'm really strong. I can beat this guy. Oh no, he's actually better than me right now. Yikes.
Yeah,
So
so we'll
we'll
see
see.
how that plays. I mean, that could be a bigger issue for the Bulldogs
Mhm.
because, well, I mean, with LeBlanc, but with Misfortune and Darius, they're on new champs. The difference now is that reaction
Yeah,
again back to, okay, what do we do? This is a totally new game. You got to even get the whole last game out. You can't assume anything from the previous game. Just because they lost, just because you won, doesn't mean it was the right strategy this time around. So
exactly.
everything is back on the table. You can't assume you know how they're going to do anything, especially with these new champs, right?
Yeah,
Skarner, Lilia,
right. How do they
not the
layer?
same,
Right, exactly.
right?
What does it look like to win a fight against this team? Well, probably doesn't
You
look
know,
exactly the same as the last team, right?
yeah, and you know what I just realized? I don't think we saw a lot of ganks in the last game either, which
Right.
it's just kind of interesting. Usually you see those junglers kind of come in and assist. We saw a lot of skirmishes, and we saw some fights in the jungle, but we didn't really see any plays for ganks. And I think a lot of that was because the Bulldogs were pushed up a lot. They had a lot of priority. They were towards the enemy side of the map, so so Rammus couldn't really get behind anybody. But what we didn't see in that was we didn't see the Eagles capitalize on that. They were pushed up a lot, but we didn't see any gank opportunities. Or we saw a lot of gank opportunities, but we didn't see them capitalized by the Eagles. So that might change too.
Yeah. A lot of it was maybe follow up and basically set up for objectives, right? L9 Sprinter's whole goal, right, is essentially I need to win my lane. Well, my lane is the whole map. So how do I win my lane? And some junglers do that through ganking over and over and finding ways to get a numbers advantage in a lane. Some do that through objective control. Some do that through just kind of punishing any mistakes that you make. And yeah, like you said, in that game, that the Lilia was definitely a menace, but she did it mostly through farming and not so much through ganking. So we'll see if that changes.
And her sleep and charm came in really well.
Yeah.
Do me a solid to make sure we're on the same time. Can you smash your plus button a couple times? I'm at 40 seconds right now.
Oh yeah. I'm at 40, 44, 45, 46. Yeah,
okay,
we're dead on.
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, of course.
3 seconds is huge.
Ooh, we got a game pause. Okay.
Oh.
Looks like the support on the Eagles was having an issue loading in, so we're just gonna give them a moment. And he's back. All right, so we're gonna be on a very brief pause here, guys.
And we're back.
Yeah. So so going into this one, just another quick reminder. Bulldogs now are on the red side, right? So all those stats that we were like, yeah, go blue, go blue, go blue. We don't want blue to win this time. We want red to win this time. So we flip it each game. So game 1, we're on blue. Game 2, we're on red. If we do go to game 3, we'll be back on blue side. So try to pay close attention to that. You can see the players' names if you need to keep it straight. They're also right above their little icons here on the sides of your screens. So just keep an eye on that. You can kind of keep an eye on where your favorite player is. Maybe you're a big fan of Unbreaking. Maybe you're a big fan of Trash Kid, whatever, right? Cheer them on in the chat. Let us know if you're a friend of theirs, right? A lot of you guys go to school with them, or maybe you're one of their parents. Let us know you're here, right? We love seeing that stuff. But so far, pretty ordinary start. At the first minute and a half of League of Legends, it's typically pretty boring, right? Sometimes you get some fun stuff, but most of the time it's a lot of this, right? Everyone's just kind of waiting for something to happen, and then here come the minions, and now the action begins. So
yeah, every once in a while you might see an invade or someone overstepping and getting caught out for a little bit of trade. But I think what we're going to see here is, well, I mean, who knows? The last game there were fights at 4 minutes.
Yeah, after what just happened, who knows, right?
And that's what both of these teams are looking for, is who's going to overstep a little bit. Can I take advantage of that? And throw a little poke out there and see if you can damage.
Ooh,
we're
trying
to get those roots going early with the first pick root. So So we'll see what happens. We'll dive from LeBlanc.
Yeah, love that.
As we can see, mid lane Kindred shoving those waves early.
It's so weird. I don't know if I've ever seen a mid lane Kindred, but apparently it's a thing.
Yeah, well, I think that is what's going to be interesting in this. I think that'll be a pivotal matchup here. Is can they capitalize on that mid lane? They definitely have a little bit up. Top lane is where I think Bulldogs have some advantage. Mid lane, I think it swings in the Eagles, and honestly, bot lane is almost equal. It's going to be, as we see, a little bit of chase here.
He's like, get away from my minion wave.
Running in on set.
Love to see it. Yeah, top laners are fun because they are typically so. Okay, let's dive in a little bit more about some stuff, right? Oh yeah, who's the wounded leader? Talk to me. Your bench days. Who are you? So let's talk a little bit about like why the game is played the way the game's played. So we talk about ADC and top lane and jungle and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, the reason that these characters end up playing in the position or the roles that they're playing in is because they
real quick, I gotta cut
specialize.
you off because here it comes.
Oh,
Here's the
no.
first gank of the day.
Oh, no.
Retreat. Oh, still happening.
He's actually going for this. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Unbreaking.
Darius caught out. Trying
With
to
a
get
really
set with the flash out.
a nice fight there actually goes in his
Wow.
favor in the 2 versus 1. And here comes Ramus just in case, but he's not even needed, really. What a crazy fight. Nice catch out there. Really good damage actually here by the Bulldogs. Good job to get away from that taunt as well.
Yeah, dangerous place to be. I mean, Skarner's up here. Set is super low, and Skarner has to be there to protect.
Yeah, so, that's great. Wasting his time, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, going back to what I was... Yeah.
League 101. Very
important. It's Miguel. Hey, bro. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so League 101. So top laners, right? They're typically going to be like really kind of tanky, and they're able to soak up a lot of damage. And usually what they want to do is they want to what's called frontline for their team. So they want to be in the front of the fight, really kind of starting a fight, right? By either pulling an enemy in closer or like finding someone who's too far forward and taking them out really quickly. They can do that because they're stronger, they're beefier, so they're able to kind of stand forward without having to worry about getting taken down in 1 or 2 hits. Whereas these guys down here in the bot lane, the reason the ADC lane is a 2-player lane instead of a 1-player lane like the others is because the ADC role is so fragile. They're basically just like a glass cannon, right? So they do a lot of damage, but they have very, very, very low stats as far as health and shielding and defense. Really nice route here by Morgana.
Yeah, that was really clutch.
Yeah, like max range on her.
Harvest.
Yeah.
Harvest Morgana. Ooh.
Love it. He's getting all those stacks for free right now.
Yeah. So, and on that note, you're talking about these ADCs are super squishy, and the supports generally have...
I see Skarner coming.
I saw Skarner coming.
Here he comes. Uh-oh.
He's fast. That root come out, and Morgana's going to try for it.
The black shield is perfectly timed. Nice root.
Very nicely played.
These guys are going to just walk away. Nice job. Ooh, the flash comes through, but my dude, the tower shots are coming through left and right. That's really low health bars for these guys. My goodness, that was crazy. Really low mana bar from the Bulldogs. They're not really able to retaliate with such low health. But great binding on the way out. Say, see you later, Skarner. Take this with you.
Yeah, and that's what we mentioned before this.
Yep.
Not a lot of ganks.
Yep.
We just saw 2 ganks in the first 6 minutes from Skarner, and they haven't been able to complete.
Yeah, pretty unsuccessful.
Nobody has died though, so that's kind of a good thing. They weren't complete, they weren't failures. They just didn't happen. But what's interesting now is Blue Side has a huge wave pushing in on bot lane, and that's kind of keeping Misfortune out of this Drake fight. So
looks like Bulldogs looking to pull this.
Bulldogs can get first Drake here. Probably going to unless
Whew, that was close.
Yeah, that was a little dicey.
Yeah, that's okay. Nice job. They get that first Drake at just under the 7-minute mark. And that's awesome. That's going to mean that they start that Drake stacking already.
Yeah,
both of these guys level 6 now.
Flip side.
Yep.
Flip side from the game before. Yeah, 6s on both sides now.
Yeah. Skarner with 6. That's really dangerous.
Yeah, Ramus is still sitting at 5. But we're seeing a lot of pressure. What's dangerous about that is up in the top lane, Bulldogs are really shoving lane really hard. And Sep's going to have to play back a little bit with this level advantage, but that opens Skarner up for another attempt at a gank opportunity. So I'm expecting to see some more Skarner ganks in top lane.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here we go with maybe this level 6 by Ramus. Yeah, it looks like he's about to level up. I think he got it. Not quite. Still level 5, but... yeah, the Skarner, that just goes to show you how well, even though he had a couple of ganks that didn't work out, still farming really well. Actually has an advantage in his creep score numbers. Really nice flash there by Cheeseburger to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and being in those lanes has kind of like shared some XP with some others, so that might have helped contribute to that.
Yep.
Setting up some vision in Rift area, but getting rooted.
Yeah, not really much he can do there.
Yeah, Skarner's kind of roaming. So we might actually see that creep advantage kind of go away as Skarner's trying to be a little bit too mobile here. And that's going to be an opportunity for Rammus to kind of catch up on farm.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
A big fight going on top. Big fight for the Bulldogs as
Yeah.
Seth with the
Oh, there goes the shield.
there.
Bam! The ult comes through the first blood. Darius loves first blood. That was epic.
Big. Solid root from Morgana in the bot lane.
Man, just landing those all day.
To get off of it, but it really slows down the push. And that MF ability to drop those bubbles from the sky, they're really great. They slow some. They slow people down. Ooh, this is going to be a nice
flash ult. In fact, that's going to be everything right there. They use the ult, the flash, all of it, man. Yeah. The exhaust as well, yeah, they used their entire kit to secure that kill, but they got the kill, so really can't fault them for that.
Yeah, and that's going to match up the eliminations, and the gold is even too. So, back-to-back, retribution elimination kill for the Eagles over here, and that brings us back to even. I will say bot lane is looking definitely in the favor of the Eagles. They've been able to shove these waves a lot faster and a lot better than Bulldogs were last game.
Yeah, so you can tell Paidu, he's really comfortable on this Caitlyn pick.
For sure.
Not that the Varus look bad, but the Caitlyn just really, you can tell he's practicing quite a bit.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, that might be the lane to watch, as they almost have that first gold down on that first plate in bot lane, actually.
Sure enough.
So that's pretty good advantage there, as the gold's going to start going in the favor of blue side here. But it looks like we got Rammus maybe starting on Rift
Herald, yeah.
coming down as well.
Sure enough. See some pings come out. Maybe these guys are telling them to be careful, but I think they're going to be okay. Skarner's on the bot side of the map, so there's really not a contest that they need to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
Bulldogs, if they step too far forward here, could be in trouble. No flash on the Misfortune, and also on the Morgana, in fact. Here comes... Oh, wow, that spell immunity was incredible. The Black Shield was perfectly timed, and the Skarner's going to really have to dive this. They're going to get one back, in fact, 1 for 1. Bulldogs almost get 2 out of that, but really, really perfectly timed Black Shield there by CO2 to make sure that wasn't a catastrophic event there. And
and what we just saw was some gold from that tick for the very low health Caitlyn, but the trade there is the Rift Herald. So that's a pretty big push that they've got in their pocket. We didn't see any Rift Heralds in the last game, so that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, both teams kind of just handshook in that last one and said, all right, no one's going for Rift, and we didn't. And that's already changed here in this second game as well. Scoreline still 2-2 as far as kills go. Gold dead even, 16.3 to 16.2. I mean, it is exactly even.
Plates are even. What'll be interesting is to see. Oh, here we go. We got Drake coming up in just under 10 seconds here. So we're going to see another big contest probably. What could be very interesting is to drop that Rift Herald. That might be what you want to do.
Flash for flash for flash for flash for flash for flash. And she uses the ult, but everybody flashed in that fight, man.
Uh-oh. And another fight down here, MF and Morgana on the runaway from Skarner. Skarner is just playing the gank game for sure.
Constantly.
Oh, that's not going to work out very well.
That's really close. Oh my goodness, the heal comes through just in time. Bulldogs now pushing the mid lane now with the Rift Herald. There's no one there to defend it. That's going to be at least 2 plates. And now they're going for this bottom lane, potentially for the Dragon here. Here he goes. This could be the engage they're looking for. Trashkin shows up. Now,
that's not what you want.
Uh-oh. Bulldogs did not coordinate that well enough. That's going to actually be 2 kills going over to the Eagles for free. Skylar having to get out of there.
Ooh. That could have been... That might be an open Drake now. They might be going Drake for Drake right now.
That's got to be.
Still,
3 members strong.
Big drop for Rift. I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to drop that Rift Herald to cause a distraction.
Yep.
They still got 3 plays off of it, so that's huge.
Yeah.
Really,
overall,
they lost that Drake, and they lost two eliminations, 2 kills out of that. So that's.
Yeah. Even with all of that, pretty flat as far as the gold differential. It only swung about 200 gold, maybe. You see, it's still only about a 600 gold advantage for the Eagles, so they didn't gain an incredible amount from that play, but definitely any advantage they can get, they're going to take. Here's a little more gold going to the Kindred.
The important thing there too is that this Kindred is doing really well in this mid lane.
Yep.
So dropping that rift in mid really puts Kindred on a little bit of a hesitation. Any advantage they can make in mid lane is going to help the Bulldogs, and that just cracked open that tower really well to make some plays there.
Yeah, now turret plating falling here in about 10 seconds. And that's going to mean that the rest of the standing gold on the map is gone, right? So these guys got what they could. 1 plate top side, 3 plates mid, no plates bot, and the Eagles got 1 in the bot lane. So definitely advantage there to the Bulldogs as far as the laning phase goes. Just a couple of little missteps there. The only reason that they aren't in a massive advantage here. Unbreaking really just kind of leashes the blue buff, and looks like Skarner is going to walk away. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, but a lot of there's a lot of action up here on the scuttle as Kindred pops in. So there's definitely some minor objective battles going on. But what we're seeing is a much different game than game 1. A little bit slower, a little bit more objective, safe objective heavy, and with 2 Drakes down, the next Drake in 5 minutes. A little bit of a reset going on, or LeBlanc could just go.
Skyler with a really nice play. Yeah, sure enough. Almost takes him down. Drake's got about 25% health.
And that's what they need to do against this Kindred in mid. They've got to punish Kindred for overstepping.
When Kindred's sitting on that low health, his fingers got to be sitting on that R button just hovering because he's ready to pop that ultimate at any moment. And when you're playing Kindred nervous, you're not playing from an advantage. It's hard to make big. There it is. Wow, the ult comes through at the very last second. I mean, that was pixel perfect.
Here comes.
Oh no, the MF ult gets canceled, and that's going to be a big misstep there. Bulldogs lose one in the mid lane as well. Top side, that's actually going to go in their favor. That's a kill going over to Unbreaking as the bleed ticks down. So 1 for 2 overall. Bulldogs misplay that just a bit.
Yeah, 2 big fights, 3 big fights. I mean, all 3 lanes had a lot of action going on. But that Skarner coming in around, I mean, that Skarner has been so gank heavy.
Oh yeah.
This time around, and it's really been a big shift in how things are going. That Kindred was so low, that ult, great timing, and that left LeBlanc, a little bit open for that Skarner. So that's a vision. I mean, that is vision. Skarner's been roaming in this river uncontested.
Big time. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a kind of a free river for him. He can kind of take those scuttle crabs anytime he wants. So he's got a big CS advantage, right? About 10, 12 minions right now. But not to be outdone.
Like 15.
Yeah,
CS.
yeah. Ooh, here we go. No ult on the Kindred. No way to stay alive here unless he avoids all the damage. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they didn't get that Q. Wow, really nice play.
Have a wave either, as we're looking at an empty wave to push that advantage in the mid lane. They really need to crack this mid lane tower open.
Well, Rift Herald's on the map. Let's see if they go for that. Could be the next objective.
LeBlanc is super low. Darius is just, I'll take the Scuttle Crabs if they're there.
Yeah.
That's really good. I mean.
Uh-oh.
Skarner comes in. I mean, Skarner's hungry.
Goodness gracious. He's got so much health and armor, man.
2 kills up, no deaths, and
he's feeling good.
It's a nice little advantage. LeBlanc is, we're getting a lot of chat spam on this.
Yeah, everybody's like, hey, this dragon is important, guys. They're trying.
It's a big one.
But then they're going towards the top side of the map, so let's see.
They're going to trade. I bet you they're going to trade. I mean,
maybe not. Looks like Bulldogs roaming into. They're coming.
I would trade that Rift Herald for that.
Yeah,
trade.
Right.
That's easy money. I mean, if you get that Rift Herald, the Drake is fine, but that Rift Herald will crack open a lane all day.
Bulldogs have numbers here. Oh my goodness, they catch him, but they don't know they're on a ward. Wow. Yeah, they didn't know they were on. Wow, really huge Seraphine ultimate comes through, but it's not going to land any kills. Bulldogs now with 2 kills to their name. They're missing out on the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's taking people out in the back line. No one's paying attention to her. She gets a kill back. Bulldogs do secure a 3rd kill, 4th kill. In fact, the only one alive is the Caitlyn. Do they collapse on her? What's going to happen? Looks like she's going to get out. Oh, she's on the blue
Just
side, guys. Ah, they see her.
shredding.
They know she's there
Uh-oh.
because the
There you
wards.
go.
Oh,
Big
there it
flash
is.
over the wall. Good play. Big
Boom!
brain.
The shutdown. And now the dragon is on the menu. Come on, guys. Get that Drake. That's going to be 2-0. Now the scoreline even 8-8 as far as kills go. Gold is, again, I mean, dead even. 500 gold in favor of the Bulldogs. Really nothing. And this game is just, once again, turned on its head.
Yeah, the big thing there, I mean, you know, my huge skill level in analytics did not pay off on that one. But
Yeah.
that ward is what paid off on that one. Sitting on that ward thinking
Yep.
that they were safe, and
They were
Bulldogs
cheesing.
just said, oh, we cannot wait to get you all caught out.
Yeah, the Morgana binding landed from the Fog of War, and the Eagles were sitting there saying, wait, how did they know we were here? And boom, it was over.
Yeah, so that was big because, I mean, they needed those 4 kills. And look at that, they've got brought back up to even. I mean, Caitlyn did the shredding, Set picked up so much, sponged up so much damage in that fight.
And looking at Unbreaking
so
right now.
Of, priority mismatching there as
Big
Set was doing what Set's supposed to do, soak up damage. Caitlyn was just shredding. But they were
we lost sight of her. Big time.
That was a big shift in this.
Ooh,
I mean, that brought it all back to even as Darius
Stride
is up in
breaker.
top lane.
He's looking for it. Ooh, misses the pullback. Let's see. He's gonna.
There
Oh
it
my
is.
goodness, the ult comes through. It's just so satisfying, man.
50% health, and when you see that, that is scary. I mean, ulting with 50%, that makes you feel like you are not safe.
He's gonna get this tower potentially. Skarner's coming up to help, but I don't know if he can. Yeah, he's gonna chase him off. There's not enough minions there. Yeah, so we got some chatter going on here. It's like some of the guys talking about, wow, Unbreaking really killing it. He was so if you're new to our oh no, too bad. If you're new to our team here, Unbreaking, he was a sub last season, and he did a lot, right, to kind of make it this far, and now he's a starting player. So some of the starters from last year are like, whoa, he's good now? What happened? He's killing it today, 6-0-1, yeah.
That's great. I mean, we love to see that. I mean, and Unbreaking has definitely been a critical piece of the Bulldog game plan.
Game 1 and Game 2. Yep.
For sure. And but what we're seeing here is definitely the scary Caitlyn, right? Caitlyn is definitely coming online.
Yep.
Big CS lead, big kill lead. 9 kills.
7 of them are hers. Yeah, my goodness.
So, you know, feed the Caitlyn any way you can, whether it's CS or whether it's kill gold. And that is that's dangerous. I mean, if they can protect that Caitlyn can still do a lot, and they still have the team comp to make that happen. You know.
Oh yeah.
Take out Set can take someone out of that fight. Caitlyn can open up Caitlyn. I mean, there's just a lot they can still do with this.
Oh yeah.
Skarner just meat shield seems to be doing really well, coming around behind. Big fight up in mid lane though. Big fight, minion fight. Just huge 4 wide in the ARAM.
Yeah. Bulldogs back off because they realize that this isn't going to work. They know we're here.
Objective we can do. Let's go somewhere else.
Exactly. Oh, I love it. Okay, yeah. Nikolai, exactly. Unbreaking. He's kind of killing it right now, man. He's up here just dominating his lane matchup, and let's hope he can turn it into something in the rest of the game. Looks like Kindred going for some of these marks. Bulldogs know this is happening. There's actually 4 members here. They're looking to catch out the Kindred. What they're doing
something might happen too.
Yep. So what they're doing is really intelligent, actually. Oh, just misses the binding.
That was really close. But that is really problematic for Kindred. Now, Kindred's doing some roaming, trying to get a camp, but now Kindred's got a back, and that leaves mid lane open.
So what Kindred's trying to do is interesting, right? So the reason Kindred is normally a jungle champion is because the Wake, Unbreaking uses the Ghost. He knows he can get this kill. The flash comes through, doesn't even matter. He's going to still secure this with no trouble. Wow. The rest of the Bulldogs show up. It doesn't even matter.
Getting some vision, deep vision-ish, but not worth it at all.
So, okay, so what I was saying about Kindred, right? So Kindred likes to, you'll see on the mini-map, there'll be a tiny little blue kind of, there's not one right now because they just took it out, but every few minutes, a little blue icon appears on one of the enemy jungle camps. So what Kindred does is she actually gains more range as the game goes on by collecting and securing those jungle camps. So you're kind of encouraged to counter jungle and get on your opponent's side of the map to secure those things because it gives you a game duration buff where you get more range and more range and more range. It's kind of like Senna, where she collects those souls and she slowly kind of passively builds up range. So what's happening is that the Bulldogs are seeing those kindred marks because both teams can see it on the minimap, and they're going to it first, knowing the kindred wants it to get the range buff, and they're catching her out every time. And so they're really playing this incredibly well.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you just noticed that, but Skarner took a full binding.
Yeah.
And a full storm. From MF, and nothing happened.
Didn't mean anything. All right, Bulldogs now 5 men strong. Let's see what they try to do here.
Right there on Caitlyn. Is it going to be able to do anything?
Nope. They want to get this.
Fight.
But yeah, those Caitlyn traps were just too dangerous, man. It's so hard to walk through them. And really what they should have done there is maybe pop the Black Shield on Morgana and just eaten up all the traps, but maybe it was on cooldown or something.
Pro play right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it works on every trap or it's just one trap and then it resets. I think it's every trap that you hit during the duration.
Yeah, because you get... Well, at least you're going to clear up something. Right?
At least
you're
one,
open
right.
up the minefield a little bit.
Maybe next time, all right.
Really great zoning from because all Bulldogs are in one spot.
Yeah.
Just throws some Caitlyn traps and it shuts that whole thing down.
Yeah, exactly. Caitlyn taking that red buff for herself says, I need it more than you do, Skarner. Thank you.
Yeah.
And now, if we take a look, we're at the 25-minute mark, right? We're past the halfway point of this match. And once again, dead even in gold, 37.4 to 37.6. I mean, 2 dragons apiece, 1 tower to 2. It is exactly even again. These teams cannot be separated no matter how much League of Legends we play. It just seems like these guys are just neck and neck every step of the way.
Yeah, what if I'm just looking at the involved stats on the bottom now, and I'm seeing Darius with that 7-0 versus that set 0-4.
Yep.
That's gonna play out. We already see that top tower is down, but Darius is just fed and overloaded. Huge CS lead. That's like the Caitlyn for the Bulldogs right now.
Yep.
You've got this massive tank who can just ult crush anyone. Coming in behind on the
Skarner really going for this, man.
Deleted.
Woo!
Just
now what do the Bulldogs do with it? They catch the Caitlyn, but they're on top of the Kindred ult. She Zonia's as well, so that's a double Zonia's basically. They don't lose anybody in the fight. Darksketch very far forward. They get a third kill, a fourth kill. Oh my gosh, Bulldogs get 4 for 0 in that fight. The only one who lives was the Kindred after popping that ult, still at full health. Now what do they do? Do they go for the Baron? And now if you see on the minimap, that's another camp. That was another Kindred camp right there, the Scuttle Claps. They took that away, and now the Baron's on the menu. Bulldogs looking for this next big game-breaking buff at 27 minutes. Let's see if they can secure it. Looks like Kindred isn't even coming up to contest it, knowing that she probably got out.
That's just gonna be that just doesn't work. I mean, even they can't even see it, but look at the vision that Bulldogs have put up. Those 3 red trinkets. They would know from any direction if someone was coming up. That is 5 wide Baron buff. That is massive.
Incredible
right now
play.
At 27 minutes in. Yeah. They just got a huge gold advantage.
Big time.
Big elimination kill advantage.
Yep.
Now they can just run it down mid.
We were just talking about 90 seconds ago about how the gold was dead even. Now Bulldogs sitting on about a 3,000 gold advantage, just over 3,000 gold up. So that fight, you can tell, really swung in their favor. Now what else can they do? They have only cracked 1 tower with this Baron buff. You got to expect they're going to get a couple here. Oh, speaking of, we were talking about the Kindred stuff earlier. Not really incredibly important right now, but if you take a look at the minimap, yep, there's another Kindred mark all the way down by the Bulldogs side by the Gromp. So you can see that little mark there if you didn't know what that was. Ooh, there it goes. Skylo secures the kill. CO2 in some trouble here. They take the ult from the Caitlyn. She's way too far forward. What was she doing there? She was stuck in place with the ult. Now the Bulldogs get 4 for 0. Sorry, 3 for 0.
Darius chasing
down man, Unbreaking taking.
Now has to get out from the tower damage.
They get another turret.
Soaked up that tower shot like it didn't even matter.
Darksketch in a lot of trouble. Gets deleted. I didn't even see his health bar disappear. How did that happen? And now the Bulldogs crack the base as they get the first inhibitor turret of the game with less than a minute until the next dragon is on the map. Do they keep pushing? Do they fall back and land some vision on the dragon? What's the next move here, Bulldogs? Big play.
that is where that big gold advantage in top lane came in. The item advantage for Darius is just massive. Speed, they got tons of speed boosts, so Darius is now able to just hunt anyone down.
Bulldog's sitting on like a 7,000 gold advantage, 6,000 gold advantage right now. It just keeps ballooning at the moment, and if they can keep this up, here they go. They know that the Eagles are coming, right? Obviously, the Eagles want to contest this dragon, but the Eagles got to stick in base to just defend from these minions right now, so only a couple players go forward. One of them being Skarner, who's got the smite. He can steal the dragon if he's really good, and it times it well.
What's interesting about this is they still have that Baron buff, right? Like, how much longer is that Baron buff? Like, they could easily be split pushing a wave right now. Leave Drake to 4, send someone to a lane, and just shove it on a lane and cause prio. Now, the problem here is that...
Yeah, because it's also not the Dragon Soul, but they do collect it. Looks like Skarner's going to go down anyway. Didn't really mean too much. And Bulldogs still have that Baron buff, so they're going to get these Baron-empowered recalls, get back to base really quickly, go spend some of that gold they just earned, get back on the Rift to kick some more butt. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and so they have that mid lane open, which was definitely a place they needed to have advantage over this Kindred. This mid laner for Eagles is really good.
Yeah,
showed
absolutely.
that last game, and so opening that up is important. But they haven't been able to make a lot of headway in bot lane at all, and they don't have the buff anymore.
Yep.
So they have a huge advantage across the board. In those mid lane, those big circles on the mini map, those are super minions, and they're going to help crush this thing down mid lane. So now, as you see Darius in the top lane clearing out waves, shoving into tower,
11 kills,
pressure in different places.
He's the only player in the game that hasn't died. I think I just jinxed him, but he's the only player who hasn't died in this match so far. So yeah, he's feeling good. Yeah. Let's see. He stole the blue buff from the enemy team now, so they're probably a little annoyed by that too. Anything you can do as Darius to kind of annoy your opponents, it's also going to gain you a mental advantage, right? Because if all they're thinking about is how annoying you are, they're not thinking about how to beat you. So nice job.
Yeah, and what you're seeing now down in the bot lane is MF has just got a nice big wave, clearing out a wave, going to shove this one in the tower. And MF's all by herself and could probably take that tower. I mean,
just a little too
speed. She's got the power
there she goes.
to do it.
There she goes. And now
that's really big.
Yeah. And there's really no contest. I mean, it's an outer turret, so there's really not an easy way for the Eagles to get there. And it's not worth it for them to chase because they can open themselves up for something else. Yeah. I wish I could see what they see right now. Okay, so yeah, like you mentioned, the super minions still spawning down that mid lane. Bulldogs are free to kind of roam around the map and collect all those kindred marks over and over again. I think she's only gotten 1, maybe 2 so far this game. Let's take a look if I can see here. Yeah, so far really just the 1 mark, I believe. No, I'm sorry, 2 marks. So
2 marks.
Yeah, if you take, if you click,
not
I think
a big advantage.
No. No, you don't get any advantage until you get the 3rd mark. So she's actually gained absolutely no advantage from this kindred pick at this point. Just due to the Bulldogs playing such great defense.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's an interesting pick because you have to leave lane to get those marks, whereas the jungler is kind of expected to be roaming. But here we see Darius. Oh,
here he goes again, man.
50% health. I mean, 2 levels up on set. But you know what that does? That pushes all 4 Eagles players up there to respond to Darius, and that means the rest of the map is wide open for the Bulldogs.
Here we
so
go.
Take the scuttle. Darius is going to take another scuttle crab.
Somebody with the Go Eagles in chat.
But that's okay.
That's funny. Go Eagles for sure. Go Eagles. Yeah.
So we've got that gold timer means that we're about to see Baron pop in just a couple seconds. And this is going to be a big decisive fight here. As Skarner, the damage sponge oversteps, the block pops over the wall. Yeah. Doesn't take a lot, but it definitely scares Skarner off there.
Yeah, Bulldogs have the luxury.
They know exactly who's here. They know they're coming. Darius pulls Skarner in. Frontline Skarner is getting just
deleted.
Down. The block goes over the wall against Kindred now.
Yep.
Coming back to the line, grouping back up, but that is a big win, taking Skarner out for this fight. That just leaves Baron wide open.
Yeah, Bulldogs have the advantage of being able to just sit back here because they're in the lead. They're in the driver's seat. They've got all the wards placed out. They can wait for the Eagles to walk into them And the Eagles don't want to do that because, as you just saw, they get picked off every single time. There's not enough forward vision for them to be able to know what they're walking into, so the Bulldogs can set up the ambush, and boom.
Yeah, and they might be able to rotate down for the Drake right now. As you can see, the Eagles are sitting there hoping they can get it in time, but it's just going to be a huge fight. Now, honestly, they
hasn't
could
even
give
spawned
this
yet
up and run those minions down lane and take in him.
Yeah, it's
what
only.
Are they doing?
Yeah, there's. Yeah, they really should play the map control game, but instead they're saying, no, you know what? We're stronger. We can delete you guys. We're just going to go for this and get that Dragon Soul to close this game out even cleaner. There we go. 2 kills for 0. Bulldogs do secure it. Looks like Darius on the hunt, going for another one.
Yeah.
The Kindred ult comes through.
Shared.
Boom!
Going out. Drake is up.
Basically,
is the only one left.
Yeah, basically an ace there, but Skarner was already dead. So by the time he respawns, that's right when the rest of his team dies. Bulldogs collect this 4th dragon, which is going to give them Dragon Soul, and that's going to be Dragon Soul, Baron buff, every buff you can imagine. Yep. Bulldogs got the super minions coming in.
Massive meat shield Darius.
Just taking tower shots, man. Like nobody's business. And now the Bulldogs flash in.
Also doesn't care. Everyone's going to come in.
Is this the big play? Skylar gets the kill on the Seraphine just as she comes back on.
He's getting a little cocky.
He is, man. He's got that light. He's keeping me really on the edge of my seat here. Here we go with Dark Sketch. He goes down before being able to use his ultimate. And now that's going to be another Nexus turret taken down. The Nexus is exposed. The Bulldogs can end the game here. Did they finally finish it out? They finished the game! Bulldogs are the state champions! We beat the ratings champs to finish it out. What a crazy season! Wow. I am exhausted. Oh my goodness. Coop, how do you feel, man?
I mean, I don't watch enough League of Legends, but it is so exciting and fun to watch. And wow. And that was awesome. I mean, I'm so happy for the team. I mean,
wow.
Just solid play all around, and that was awesome. I mean,
what a season.
The first game was intense for sure, and it's all about what you learned from game 1, turn it around in game 2, and the Bulldogs learned a lot.
Wow. I am speechless.
Big shout out, congratulations to the Bulldogs for sure.
Yeah, wow. Just, I can't sit here and say it enough. Like, the work these guys put in week after week, getting better. I mean, some of these guys hadn't even played League of Legends if you go all the way back to August, right? When we started our fall season. I think 3 of these players had never even played League of Legends before, like not even a single game. So we go from, okay, let's figure out how to play, to, all right, now we've got a good idea of what we're doing. Now let's get even better. And you've seen the progression as we've gone through the season if you've been watching. I mean, what a game. I mean, both teams put it all on the line there, but the Bulldogs were just the better team today, right? And that's not to say anything negative about the Eagles. Any given match,
these are obviously the 2 best teams in TAPPS. So
absolutely.
I mean, there's nothing negative you can say about either of these teams for sure.
Right.
And obviously, the Eagles are the reigning champs. They've been here before. They've done it. They've shown that they can do it. And today, the Bulldogs showed they could do it. So,
yeah. Wow.
Big, huge win to BIS Houston, or Houston, depending on where you live. And that was awesome.
What a game.
Solid play. Great picks, great plays, great strategy. I mean, that was super fun.
I am speechless. I'm getting all these hydrates now. I got to hydrate a bunch again. You guys, oh my gosh.
Big congratulations, Ronnie. You did it. You deserve it.
I can't believe it, man. All right, guys, we're going to go on a quick break so I can high-five the team. We'll come back and do a quick recap before we leave you guys. So stick around. Give us 3 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, I'll be back with you two in a sec, Coop. And you're muted, so they can't hear you. Okay, we're in. We're in. We're good. We're good. Yeah, jungle. Okay, all right. So a lot of jungle control, right? I saw a lot of you guys picking off the kindred camps and stuff like that. That was really big. Looked like you were having a really easy time in your top lane matchup. Like, what do you think? You played two different champions, right? But you played set both times, and it was the same result both times. What do you think was the call for them to go with the set the second time? Okay, that's okay. Well, okay. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what Nikolai say. We don't have another head. I can't set him up. So basically, right from game one to game two, a lot of it was like really dominant performance from our top laner, and we kind of found a way to bring him into the rest of the match, right? And I can't say enough just how proud I am of this guy. You're the only player from game two who was deathless. The only one out of both teams. Nobody else was deathless, man. Yeah, they're going to be banning all your champs going into next year. How do you feel? How do you feel? You're feeling great, right? State champion, bro. All right, you're good. You can go. I know he didn't want to be on camera. All right, guys. Nikolai is. Hey, they're saying Nikolai is poggers, bro. Yeah, right. They said we love you, Nikolai. Yeah, Nikolai's got a fan club, man. Okay. Anyway, listen. Thank you guys for watching. Right, all season long. If you've been tuning in week after week, if you haven't, that's also okay. Right, it doesn't bother me. But thank you for tuning in today. It's the most important match of our entire career. Right, we've been in existence for almost 3 years now, and this was easily the most important match of our history. So thank you guys for tuning in, spending your time watching, hanging out with us. We're going to be bringing you guys more esports action after the summer, but this is it, right? This was the last esports fixture that we have until next year. So next school year, I mean. Bulldogs got all the way to the end. They beat the final boss, man. So that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope that if you haven't hit the follow button, you do now. So that way, when we do come back in the fall season, you get notified when we go live. We're going to bring you more Nikolai. We're going to bring you more Tim. We're going to bring you some more of these other guys too. State champions, baby. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.